need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
he's. Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you. Coach JB Show.
What up, man? We are in the building. It is Merciless Monday. I'm taking no mercy. As you see the thumbnail, yeah, it does. It does. Was going to say gay on it, but I didn't want to say it because we got a few special guests on today. My main man, the one and only NFL legend, who probably throw for 7,000 yards right now, Dan Fouts, joins the show. And Darren Chevarini, man, good friend of mine, the head coach of the Northeastern State University. Division II program. He's going to be a weekly guest as well during the football season, giving you all update on all things college football. So he'll be joining us today as well. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one, man. Let me straighten out my computer, and we're ready to go. Smitty's having technical issues as always, so we'll see what happens because he don't prep tomorrow from yesterday and today, of course, BPS to an ultimate degree. So we're good, man. Let's dive right into it. We got a loaded show today, and it is Merciless Monday, man. I couldn't be in a better place. Couldn't be more thankful for all you nobodies and slap dicks and slap nation. If you're a member of the Discord, go on over there. And all the new merch is out, CoachJBStore.com. So head on over there today. But let's dive right into it. Caleb Williams has been nothing but himself this entire offseason. Just let me reiterate. That is literally what they said. Caleb Williams is undeniably being himself. No shit. Take that as you may. Because the latest Photoshop selfies this guy has taken has gone viral. A flower in his ear, fingernails painted, and the kicker, get this. This motherfucker's legs are crossed, standing up vertical. Motherfucker's legs are crossed like this. God damn. I can't even stand like that, homie. I got nuts. My balls would hit each other. Are you understanding? The stand-up with the legs crossed is the kicker out of all the other shit no one's talked about. It ain't the flower in the ear. It ain't the nails. This motherfucker, my nuts hurt right now, homie, on everything. I got a stomach ache real quick, homie. Hold up. Let me adjust my shit. Real shit. He got his legs crossed, vertical. Nobody pointed that out? Man, I got stomach ache, homie. Anyway, listen, man, I got to be honest. Each his own. But don't sit up here and tell me this cat is going to lead men into the battlefield when the going gets tough and the tough get going in the NFC North. It just won't happen. Heart matters, and so does nuts and guts. Literally. This cat is flaming, and just a matter of time before it comes back to bite him in the ass. Literally. I can't imagine his teammates fully trusting this guy to lead them to battle. But again, some of those cats could be flaming too. But what do I know? We do have a loaded show today. NFL legend Dan Fouts joins the show along with Northeastern State head coach, former Colorado interim head coach and offensive coordinator, University of Colorado offensive coordinator, and the current head coach, Coach Chevarini, joins us. Good friend of mine. He'll be hopping in during the season as well. So we're good to go, man. Is we good, Bailey? We're good. Okay, bet. Smitty's back in the building. Let's get this thing going, man. My Far East Sider, 317. Lamar Jackson loving. LeBron hairline having. AR5 defending. Indianapolis Pacers loving. Caitlin Clark Jockin, our very own Big Smitty, joins the show. How your phone like that?
What's going on, David? You hear me?
I hear you.
What's going on, homie? What's
horrible view. I see computer, laptop, keyboard. That's all I see. You look little. You look like a little boy.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone, homie. I'm on the phone.
Why?
Cause, bro, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on this morning.
So did Juan come?
Juan came, fixed this, make sure the signal was good. They came again this weekend, put an extra cord to the Wi-Fi good. I don't know. I don't know if it's laptop. I don't know what it is, homie. Juan came, Wi-Fi great. Going fast. But right now, I don't know. I sent y'all a picture. I went on StreamYard and I popped up, but I couldn't see y'all. It's all type of stuff going on right now, homie.
So no one can fix your internet.
Nobody. I caught that. That was good, though. I didn't catch it at first, but then I caught it afterwards. So we here, man. We live on the Due for Monday.
Man, we got Dan Fouts, Coach Chevarini, and then you got a Boost Mobile hookup.
Yeah.
Great job. Great Monday.
Great Monday so far, man. Great start, too. Great.
You know what, though? Yep. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. You gotta overcome, adapt. Like Ichi, fucking you gotta figure it out.
Yep. And that's what we're doing right now, homie. Who knows? Hour number 2, maybe I'm back on a laptop.
See, people don't realize shit happens. I've had this happen. We had this shit happen. It's not fun. We're actually very upset that it happens. And you guys, all you do is talk shit. Oh, this shit horrible. Look, we're not happy, homie. But guess what? We're here to do it. Smitty could have just called in and said, "Hey man, I can't make it in. My shit fucked up." I could have done that many a times.
Many a times.
Man, I stayed up for 2 days straight in Vegas.
I remember that. You were lit,
ended the show.
Headache, hungover, eyes red, hose in the back. And you
I don't get it.
You did the show one day in the car, pitch black dark.
I haven't slept in 4 days right now.
Why?
My mom was here all week from Thursday till last night. Then I had to rush her back to the hospital. Then they sent her home because they couldn't even get her in. Ghetto ass shit, homie. It was ghetto as fuck. I almost had to bang on somebody. But anyway, she's back home now though because the doctor's all fucked up. So I don't know. It's all fucked up. So I haven't really slept because she was here and I was catering my mom. It was all good too. I was like, fuck it. I ain't had her over in a long time. And then it's crazy what sickness will do because she won't come over the house for fucking 5 years. Now she's sick. She came over the house. I had to cuss her ass out. I told your ass come over this motherfucker last 5 years. But it's funny how that shit works. God works some serious ways. So we bonded over the weekend. And then that night, and then, I had slept. That's here right now. Ash ain't in here. You see, Ash ain't in here.
What happened last night, you said? I didn't hear you clearly. My internet's messed up.
Oh, you saw what happened. But anyway, it's a lot of story, man. And don't show that, Bailey.
You need to add that in. That'll make the show blow up. What said?
Right when Dan Fouts get in.
Right. So Dan, let's get the brass tacks, man. How would you break this down?
And titty.
Right.
Oh man, thank you a lot, Lucy. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Man,
Lucy.
Ruben came over yesterday. Fuck around.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he came over yesterday just to chill. He see my mom. He grew up. He know my mom since he was a little kid too. So he came over, saw her. My mom was like, "You're not Porky no more."
Lost that weight.
Yeah, we grew up calling Ruben Porky. So he lost all that weight because he got, AIDS, syphilis, and diabetes. So Ruben's on, but hopefully Ruben gets, he get good too. Sit him in the hospital. I'm putting him in the hospital bed next to my mom, see if he could figure it out. But we're gonna get back.
It's a blessing that he's still even here to even talk about it. You say you got AIDS, syphilis, and diabetes. That's a blessing to be alive.
Yeah, they didn't let my mom in last night because I guess they said a bitch got pillowed, and I didn't know what that meant. They didn't know what it meant.
Really?
It was like, Miss Cecilia, your roommate got pillowed last week, and we can't allow you in.
Are they blaming her for it?
Huh?
Are they blaming your mom for it?
I don't know what's going on, homie. But I got to find a new hospital probably somewhere on the East Coast. But anyway, let's get going. We got a lot going on this show, homie.
I hope there weren't no cameras in there, homie.
Nah, no cameras. Illegal to have cameras in. That's I already knew. Can't bathroom. Can't have a camera in the bathroom. Can't have battery in the camera side.
I want to try the last one more time, but I'm scared if I click on it. I want to try one more time for the hood, though.
We'll do it in a few minutes. We'll do it after the quote of the day.
Yeah, let's do quote of the day first. Let's get that knocked out.
Quote of the day brought to you by. We may have a new sponsor. I'll talk to you about that. We'll have a meeting. We'll have a meeting this week. We also got another meeting set up this week. I gotta hit you guys up with.
A lot going on.
Yeah, another. Damn, what's the name of it? What's the name of that fucking place?
Winnable.
Nah. It's another big. Winnable. What happened to them? Yeah, what happened? I just forgot about them.
I think both sides just gave up. We both just said they ain't working for them.
Yeah. I never even gave up.
Nope, nothing needs to be said. We just gave up. We all just quit.
God damn, I forgot all about them motherfucker.
I got your boxing here right now, still, homie, of gear.
You got bread in the thing, an account?
You tell me. If we use your account, homie.
Nah, remember I can't.
You said you took it out. Remember?
No, that was the first time. After that, I could never access it. You can go on and see.
It might be a million in there right now.
You think I got it out and didn't tell you?
No, you did tell me. I'm not being funny. I'm saying you did tell me.
I'm saying now though. You think right now though? You think there's more in there I can get out before I'm telling you?
You probably could. I would have no idea if you did.
Nah, it's your number though. It's like the 317 number on there though for some reason.
Nah, it ain't, homie.
Nah, real shit. I can't access it. Somebody.
It might be 100,000 on that account right now. Neither one can access it.
That's why they went ghost because they don't want you to grab the cheese.
They took the bread and left, homie. Check out the website.
Fuck it. Smitty, bigger and better things ahead. I didn't ask for average, and I won't settle for it either.
I like that. Real straightforward. You know what I mean? Easy, simple to understand. Whole check to understand that one. I like that.
Quote of the day, man. I didn't ask for average, and I won't settle for it either. Smitty, contrary to belief, it's going to be one of a kind. It's going to be very macro. A lot of you guys in the chat, nobody's probably won't understand it or get it. We'll see if Smitty can get it, but it's actually deeper. You might not get it till tomorrow's show.
Okay.
But contrary to belief, remember you are unique, just like everyone else.
That wasn't as deep as you thought. It's deep, but it's not. No, I've heard deeper situations.
It's deeper than it's way deeper than you even imagine, homie. I know you're not even grasping it yet, so we're just gonna move on. Because I know you're not grasping it. You saying that, I know you don't get it.
I got it. I mean, only thing you're saying is that listen, God made us all special. God gave us all gifts and gave us all purposes to be here on this earth. So you are unique. But Jason is unique. Lucy's unique. Leah's unique. Everybody in the chat's unique.
So give me why is everyone else being unique the real deep part of it when I said you are unique?
You want to know why?
Give me just one example.
Because the problem is a lot of people haven't found that thing that's unique about them because they're not searching in the right areas.
So there's unique, and then everyone else is unique as well. So guess what? You got to be different. You got to be uniquely different, homie. That's the difference between me and everybody else. That's the difference. Y'all could be unique, but I'm different. I'm uniquely different. Just like Caleb Williams is, Smitty. Very different and unique. But we're going to dive into that in a minute. Let me dive right into the poll question before I play a little game with you.
Uh-oh.
Poll question, Smitty. Will Brock Purdy live up to his new contract? Let's dive right into it. Obviously, you know he signed a new deal in the offseason. Here's my take, and I'll just lead into it straightforward, Smitty. No, he will not. And here's why he will not. And it's deeper than people think. He can't. Not possible. First of all, he was a bus rider on a team that was possibly the most loaded roster of the last 3 years. Couldn't get it done. Got there, smelt it, tasted it. Couldn't get it done. Then, guess what, Smitty? They got rid of how many players this offseason? And did they replace those great players yet? Not that I heard of, not that I know of. So, no, he will not live up to that contract, Smitty. It's an impossibility. He can't do it. He don't have enough players around him. Even when he had them, he didn't get it done. How's he going to do it without him? That's my take, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I say no, he won't live up to it because I think the expectations in San Francisco is Super Bowl or bust. Like every year he's here. Like this year, next season, as long as he's a San Francisco 49er, it's Super Bowl or bust. There's nothing underneath that. That franchise is historical, and again, they've made it to the promised land multiple times and fell short. Play here, play there. Not necessarily blaming Purdy per se. I mean, he gets hurt one year, they get out of the NFC Championship game. They make it the other year. He actually outplays Mahomes, but just not enough. You know, they made it with Jimmy G. It just falls short. And, you know, I think while, you know, all those years they could have won, now it kind of seems like they might have missed their window. Now, do I think they're going to be a bad team this year? No, I actually think they'll still be solid. Still got a Brandon Ayuk who will be on the I think the PUP list or whatever the first like 4 weeks, but then you know they'll be expecting him to come back and at least be 80 to 90% of himself. CMC will still be solid. You got Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall is the guy who I think they're counting on to kind of be like replace Debo from a production standpoint. George Kittle's still there, still got their own line. They got a lot of the really good pieces still. Defensive side as well. Fred Warner leading the way, so I think there'll still be a very tough out. You got Shanahan. I think they're a playoff team, a competitive team, but I just don't, as of right now where things stand, I don't look at them as a Super Bowl threat. I think they're a playoff threat. They're a divisional winning threat. I don't think they're a Super Bowl champion threat. And to me, that's the only thing that he could really do that would account for him, you know, for the money being paid. Now listen, he could prove us wrong and go out there and be an MVP candidate next couple years. I just don't see that. You know, to your point, JB. You know, he still has weapons, don't get me wrong, but we saw last year that, man, one injury here, one injury there, and they have to lean on him more than ever before. You can't fully depend on that. So I say no.
Yeah, 23 was Purdy's best season. Threw for 4,200 yards. And I'm seeing a comparison in the chat, which is asinine.
What they saying?
They're comparing him and sitting up here telling me that he's better than Jimmy G, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, let me be clear here. If you're comparing the guy to Jimmy G, and that's what you're standing on, you're a fucking idiot. So I'm confused as fuck. By the way, Jimmy G actually was a starter on a team that went 13-3 and went to a Super Bowl. I don't know if you knew all that. He threw for 4,000 yards also, just so we're clear. For a guy that's so mid and garbage, he threw 4,000 yards and led a team 13-3 went to the Super Bowl.
I hate the disrespect Jimmy G gets. I know he ain't no star, but
that's who we're comparing. That's who we're comparing. Like, these people are comparing him like he's way better than Jimmy G, JB. What, you're tripping. Like, Jimmy G is the fucking level we're setting the bar at, homie. Holy shit, you're doing bad. When they say you're down bad, what the youngsters say?
You're down bad.
You're down bad. 49ers, your motherfuckers are down bad.
And I like Jimmy G personally, but for what you're saying, we're talking about a guy who's one of the highest paid in the league right now, and you're comparing him to a guy like Jimmy G. It's like, come on now. Like,
a fucking journeyman. A journeyman. Fucking journeyman.
Now to combat what we all just said, speaking of Jimmy G, at one point in time in his career, he was making like $27 million a year. And at the time, that was not one of the highest paid in the league. So again, the market is the market is the market. If you have a good season or a couple decent seasons right around the time your contract is up and you're a quarterback, you're going to be paid probably somewhere in that top 10, top 5 money. That just is.
Smitty, I got to be real. Here's the first thing I want to dive into. Number one, goes back to my first original statement about Shanahan and the Niners organization and Lynch and everything that they've done. They've built this unbelievable roster. They've been to multiple Super Bowls and haven't got it done. And here's the issue. Who is the main part of the puzzle that always seems to be missing when it comes up?
Quarterback.
Jimmy G, we're arguing, went 13-3 and went to a Super Bowl. Again, what is the common denominator with the 49ers? The most loaded roster in the NFL, Smitty, lacked having a quarterback, even during the Jimmy G era. And the most loaded roster in football lacked having a quarterback with Brock Purdy the last 2 years and lost Super Bowl. I'm just telling you, dog. Make it make sense. Tell me I'm wrong when it comes down to why are we we had a viral video, a fucking Ferrari with goddamn hubcaps. Again, a loaded roster without a quarterback. The Niners had Joe Montana and Steve Young, homie. Then Jeff Garcia came along and was unbelievable and had and then Kaepernick went to a Super Bowl. Come on, homie, start figuring this shit out. They have lacked a quarterback in the organization since Steve Young retired. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm just tired of hearing with this bullshit. The guy's an overachiever and an underdeliverer when it comes to Shanahan. And he's an underachiever, over-deliverer when it comes to Brock Purdy. And that's not a good combination. But it is what it is, Smitty. I want to play a game, Smitty. Want to play a game?
So.
Fact or cap, but I'm doing it a little different. According to NFL executives, coaches, and scouts, their top 10 quarterbacks just came out this morning.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to list you the 10 and just tell me fact or cap, and then we'll break down each one. Fact or cap, 1 through 10, is Patrick Mahomes at 1, Josh Allen at 2, Joe Burrow at 3, Lamar Jackson at 4, Jaden Daniels at 5, Matthew Stafford at 6, Justin Herbert at 7, Jared Goff at 8, Jalen Hurts at 9, and Baker Mayfield's at 10. Fact or cap, that list is legitimate.
I'm going to call cap, and a couple reasons here. So, even though I'm a fan of this guy, if we look at his resume, Justin Herbert shouldn't be on there right now. And he definitely shouldn't be ahead of Jared Goff. I don't know why. Jared Goff don't get no respect, and I don't understand why. So I would take Justin Herbert off the list. And honestly, I would probably bump up Dak Prescott to put him at like number 10 on the list. Because, again, say we won by the Cowboys' lack of success in the playoffs or whatever, Dak Prescott has been a really good quarterback for this team for a long time. Let's just keep it all the way stacked, move all biases to the side. The top 4, I'm not going to argue only because you can move that however you want to move it. But we all agree it's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar. So however way you want to slice and dice, some people got Lamar at 2 or 3, Burrow at, some people like you might got Burrow at 1, but that 4 is the 4. So it's really like from 5 through 10, how do we want to maneuver and slice it and dice it? And the number one thing for me is Justin Herbert off. I'm bringing Dak up. I'm bumping Jared Goff up a spot or 2 because of what he's done for that Detroit Lions franchise. And then, I think you got Stafford, you got Jaden.
I'm chomping at the bits to talk. I don't want to over talk to you.
Go.
No. I'm just saying it's just disgusting. This list is a joke. But guess what? I had to retract the statement when I thought it in my brain because I'm like, I can't say it's a joke when it is apparently, according to the sources, it is NFL executives, coaches, and scouts. Now, I want to know what coaches it is. And then the scouts mean diddly shit to me. And then the executives mean diddly shit to me. So I want to know what coaches and peers say. Because the peers have said Matthew Stafford is probably the hardest defensive guy to defend in football. And they said that over the last few years, you've listened to these players come out on shows and podcasts and etc. Patrick Mahomes is falling off a little bit. Josh Allen is a fucking Superman freak. Right. All these different things. Jalen Hurts just wins.
Right.
Same
thing with Mahomes, though. He just wins.
Yeah.
That's why he's at the top. That's the only reason.
But I think that at top, him winning at top is kind of maybe a thing of the past, though. Like, I'm just saying, the last couple of years, statistically, he's not even as good as Baker Mayfield. And remember, Baker Mayfield's stats the last 2 years, Baker Mayfield's stats are way better.
No, I'm with you.
And no, I'm just saying, though, look at the list. It's 1, and I'm just saying, I'm mentioning Baker for a reason. That's 1 and 10 discrepancy.
Yeah.
A guy that has better statistics. Now, I understand what we're talking about, wins and all, but statistically speaking, if we're just talking about overall body of work, 1 through 10, that's a 9-spot discrepancy. I'm just trying to break it down like something's off here. So I'm looking at this list. First of all, I like Baker. I just like Baker like as a human. I'm not sold on him to win me a big game. That's the only thing with me. I like him, all that shit. I like his grit. I like all that shit, man. I really do. I love what he did with the Rams for that one day. He came in on a Tuesday and played on a Thursday and fucking unbelievable performance.
I think he's a good leader. I think the Bucks love him. I mean, he's won a playoff game, playoff games. Like
he's got a strong arm. He's got, when he's in the pocket, he's accurate, but then when he's not is when he gets all over the place. He forces things. It's just one of those deals. I'm not sold on Goff. That's why we traded him here in LA. I like him, a big arm again during the regular season.
Nice.
I know,
nice,
but then the playoffs come, homie. I'm
just
breaking.
The playoffs come in what? And his receiver dropped the ball?
He don't win.
We had that argument again, homie.
Yeah, but he don't win. We can say that about everybody.
Right. No, nobody win, homie. It's 2 people that won.
Jaden Daniels is the one that is interesting to me. And like you said, Herbert. Herbert would be off mine. I would never put Dak on mine. And where the fuck is CJ Stroud?
I was thinking about CJ Stroud. I was thinking about CJ Stroud.
If you got Jaden Daniels on there, why the fuck isn't CJ Stroud on there? And number one,
last year wasn't a great year.
What? He won a playoff game. Like, come on, homie. We got a guy on here who CJ beat in Herbert and fucking has won multiple playoff games. And how many playoff games has CJ Stroud won in his young career? Can anybody riddle me that?
What was it, 3?
And how many has Dak Prescott won in his long playoff career?
Was it 3 or 4?
2.
Oh, like 2, damn.
Yeah. So how are you gonna put him on there already? Like, that's the thing. Not you. You have, everyone has their own list. I don't care. But CJ Stroud should be on this list if fucking Jaden Daniels rookie ass is on there. Yeah. Like, and then I saw some lists, Smitty. I saw some votes. Bo Nix got a vote
to be on the top 10.
No, meaning they got votes, but not enough to get in the top 10. But they got votes. Like
somebody thought he deserved to be in there.
No CJ though, homie. Like not one fucking vote. But I saw Bo Nix on there, and I saw who else did they have on there that I was like, what? Somebody else. So I'm lost because I don't think how people don't realize the intangibles, the arm strength, the accuracy. When his wideouts are at full go, how good CJ is. Obviously, we can all have this debate. And I saw Dan Orlovsky's fucking making no sense this morning after he signed a big deal at ESPN. Shout out to him for getting his bag. But let me just be real. He defended Herbert saying, well, name me 3 wideouts right now. And he asked the panel that was on Get Up or whatever. And the main guy was like, well, don't get into the McConkey and Deontay Johnson, or what's his name from, is that his name? What's his name, the receiver there?
I don't know.
The one that drops everything. The one that drops everything and for the Chargers.
Oh yeah,
not TCU.
Not Keontae.
At a TCU.
I know.
So anyway, he was like, "Well, we could have that." Quentin Johnson. He's like, "We could have that discussion." Well, fuck, I could have that discussion in Buffalo too, homie. Buffalo ain't got no goddamn wideouts either, and he was this close to going to a Super Bowl, and he was the MVP, and they had a better offense this year with lesser weapons. Right. What are you telling me? Like, it makes zero sense, Smitty, that Herbert's on there, and that's Jan Orlovsky's defense. And I didn't hear one word about C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud could have top 5 arm strength in the NFL, top 5 accurate passer in the NFL. When all things are good and everyone's healthy, just like we see in Jalen Hurts getting to the Super Bowl. When those guys are healthy, guess what? Quarterbacks look a lot better, don't they? When their weapons are all fully go, they look a lot better. I'm just telling you, homie, I can't believe he's not on there. And like I said, I wouldn't have Dak bump on there, but I would move Goff down to 10, in my opinion. I'd move Hurts up. I'd actually probably take Jaden Daniels down just because rookies I got to see year 2, Smitty. If you're going to grade, here's the asinine part of this.
Okay, thank you. All right, here we go.
You're going to grade Jaden off a rookie year, but not CJ off a 2. So CJ had his sophomore year, and now you're going to downgrade him from his so-called sophomore slump and not put him on there?
For you with this list. Is this list like expectations going into next year? Is this based upon last season or is this career?
Based on last year.
So if it's last year alone, last year, that's it. If that's the actual expectation,
meaning, so let me be clear. This is what I'm just reading what it said.
Yeah.
What the executives, coaches, and scouts saw last year and what their expectation is to go into this year. So that's a combination. Okay. So it's a combination. What they saw with Jaden.
Okay.
What they expect. I'm baffled that you can't say this with CJ Stroud, who still won multiple playoff games in both years, even though you can say he had a bad year.
If that's the combination, then I'm with you. I'll probably get CJ because I had CJ like fringe top 10 initially, like 11, like really close to that, like right around there with that. But if we're talking about expectations to next year, combined with what you did last year, then I got to find a way to get CJ on there. I'm just trying to see who do I move though.
Man, I got CJ a lot higher than you, dog. That's crazy. I do. I got CJ. I would have CJ above Jaden Daniels. Right now. Like right now, yes. There's no way you can tell me because nobody knew. So
you said last year and expectations. So you think Jaden gonna have a down year? I don't. So that's the difference. And what he did last year was phenomenal.
Down. I think Jaden's incapable of having a down year, but I do believe he's going to have a year like CJ. Everyone's going to say, oh, he had his sophomore year. No one has great sophomore years out of this league, dog. If Jaden does something astronomical we've never seen before, kudos to him. I love him to death. Hopefully he does. But I'm just telling you, both teams took bad organizations to the playoffs rather quickly. CJ and Houston could have been arguably one of the worst franchises. Washington's been down for a while. So
Jaden's in the NFC Championship.
Right there you have boom. Right there we're even. Then you talk weapons or lack thereof. Washington had pretty damn good wideout number 1. So did Nico in Houston. They're very comparable. Mixon versus who is it? What's his name?
My guy got shot.
I like him, but
he ain't Mixon, but he good.
Yeah. So Mixon more of a pass catching back. So tight ends. Now Washington had better defense, in my opinion, by far, and both defensive head coaches. Listen, you can't tell me that because of his sophomore year, though, you're just taking him off the top 10, though. That's just crazy.
Listen, with your new criteria, all right, so we cool. So Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, boom. We ain't got to talk about that. Boom. All right, back. So after that, for me, I gotta get Jaden in there somewhere. I don't care about the order.
Herbert's off my list, so there's
we agree with that. Herbert's off. Boom. So we got one free spot.
And Stafford definitely can't be behind Jaden Daniels. A fucking 330-yard game against the Philadelphia Eagles to win. Should have won the goddamn game in the snow, in the rain. And there's no way you put a rookie over fucking Stafford, Super Bowl champ. Okay. No way.
Put Stafford at 5 and then we cool. All right, we got Stafford at 5. Boom. All right, cool.
It'd be higher than that for me, but go ahead.
No, you wouldn't. Be Stafford at 5. We're talking about going where he's at now. It's okay. Stafford at 5. We're not talking about career. We're not talking about Stafford's at 5 right now. Okay, after that, where you going next?
Stafford would be above Lamar for me all day. And that's not even, we're not going to debate that. He's got a fucking Super Bowl, Smitty. Stop. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Now we got to stay here. So Stafford's above Lamar for you because he has a Super Bowl.
These are our opinions.
Okay, cool. So he should be number 2 on your list then, correct?
I would have him above Burrow and Allen as well, right? No, I'd have him above.
So he has to be number 2 then, right? He has to be Mahomes and Stafford for your list.
It's not just winning a Super Bowl.
I'm not going to argue with you. It has to be that.
But it's not just winning a Super Bowl, but he's definitely not 6 behind a rookie and guys that haven't won it. And you got a guy who he beat ahead of him, head to head, Burrow. So you got a guy who he beat head to head.
If you think Stafford's better than Burrow right now, then go ahead and move him up there.
Who's injury prone? Who's injury prone? I'm just throwing out all this shit.
Burrow had a phenomenal season last year.
Oh, he did. Now here's your argument. And I'm trying to be actually gray area.
Josh Allen won MVP, and then Lamar had his best year ever.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
And then Mahomes went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how we doing that, but go ahead.
I know. And Stafford was this far from winning the whole thing again.
This
so
far,
here's the thing.
But he didn't get there. The guy he lost against Jenna. So should Jenna Hurts be above him then?
But when did Lamar lose?
Should Jenna Hurts be above
we keep going. When does Lamar do?
Jalen Hurts be above him?
No, because it's not just winning. I didn't say it's just winning.
Didn't Jalen Hurts beat
Matthew
Stafford head to head?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just said it didn't matter. Doesn't matter. I didn't say only wins, homie.
But you brought that up when you said he got a guy who he went head to head and Burrow and he beat him
for a Super Bowl, Smitty. For a Super Bowl.
Oh, it's fucking 5 years pre-pandemic. I didn't even know you then.
What was it?
Fucking pre-pandemic, homie. I didn't even know you then.
Okay, look. Anyway.
Put Aaron Rodgers on there then. That's the case.
So you would have Jaden Daniels above Stafford? Real talk.
I'm cool with Stafford being above Jaden Daniels. Seriously.
All right.
Like, no bullshit. I'm cool with that.
So here, I'm trying to be actually real here.
Yeah, me too.
The fact of the matter that Stafford would be down on your list, the argument that I would not subside to, but I would entertain and say, yeah, it's his age. That's it. His age. Like you could say, well, of course, going forward, Burrow, Allen, Lamar,
exactly.
Hurts, the youth. Of course, I get all that. But as of right now, based on last year, a team that almost beat the Eagles, and this year's team, which I think will be better than last year's team.
The Rams are loaded and ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I have Stafford pretty high. I don't know what, but he's definitely in my top 5. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, he's my number 5. I'm just saying the only quarterback, for being honest, if we're talking about last year, that I could be like, you know what, Stafford actually had a better year than him. It's Mahomes. But Mahomes went to the Super Bowl, so it's like Mahomes is weird because his stats not that great right now, but we know what he's capable of from a skill set standpoint. We've seen it, but then he keeps winning. So it's like Mahomes is like in that weird Brady conversation when Brady was playing, where it's like, listen, do I think he's having better years than Manning in the regular season? Do I think he's more skilled than Aaron Rodgers? No, but when he keeps winning, it's like you just have to put him at the top. So Mahomes just has to be there, but I don't think Mahomes, as far as his way he's playing, we agree on Mahomes. He has not been like really balling, but if he keeps winning, what can I say? So, but
well, I know what you can say.
What?
He's got the best head coach in fucking football. Like, I don't know why nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah, but
that's how impressive the guy really is as a play caller, a head coach. People don't really want to give that boy like legendary stat. The guy should be in the discussion with fucking a lot of people now. And I'm talking about both Bills, Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. And I'm talking Don Shula. I'm talking fucking Jimmy Johnson. I'm talking some legendary guys, fucking Walsh, and there's some guys in there that he needs to be starting to have the conversation about because of what he's done. And the era has changed where you can't hit the quarterback. Got to get the ball out quick. I got to be lateral. I got to make a gimmicky offense to get this guy to the Super Bowl and win. I don't think Andy getting enough credit, and it's making your point. That's why, because the numbers aren't there, and you just pointed it out.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though: you don't consider Mahomes like a bus rider, though, right? Like you don't put him in the Purdy, like
no,
right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, like we give Reed his credit, but at the same time, we're not blind. Like, all right, Mahomes still can make any throw on the field. And
Mahomes
makes big play. Like Mahomes might have a shitty stat line, JB, all game long, but the fourth quarter comes, he'll make that drive, that winning drive, and that winning moment.
Mahomes got his it factor.
Yes,
Mahomes has it factor, but
there you go.
But also Mahomes, I would argue, like, if you put him in Chicago, homie, he's not this Mahomes. I'm just telling you, he's not. And you can say that about everybody, but I'm just saying.
Every quarterback ever, though, right?
But let's just be honest. Like, people act as if this was the same guy if he got drafted by Chicago that year. No, it's not. I'm just telling you, it's not. And all things considered, let's be real. He needs all things to be perfect, even though he does have the it factor, huge arm, makes plays, ad-libs. But at the end of the day, let's be real. And I love Patrick Mahomes for his nuts and guts and his grit that he wants to play, in the game. And I've been on record. I said that shit. I said, Bailey, did you send Chev the email? He said he didn't get it. And I don't see him on my email. So I don't know if he did that or not. I see him on there. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see.
Make sure it's spelled right.
Yeah, he said he don't have it. Let me see. I copy and pasted it. Let me see. Let's see. Shit. All right. God damn it. But anyway, good conversation. We could table it. Let's get to some other shit before Deion Chevarini, the head coach of Northeastern State University. He'll be a guest, Smitty. He's going to be a weekly guest as we'll have a little Coach Chev's Chalk Talk during the football season. I think it'll be good. It'll talk some things, Colorado during the year, his program, D2 football, D1 football. He's been in both. He played in the NFL. He's coaching the NFL. He's coached every level, JUCO, etc. So Deion Chevarini will be a good guest during the year, along with already our normal in-house faces that everyone's accustomed to, plus some new heads. So we're going to have loaded shows, plus special guests every single day. So am I frozen? All right, there we go. All right, Smitty, where we at on the rundown here? Then we'll take commercial. Let's take commercial right before Coach Chev comes on and see if Smitty can reboot his shit and figure it out. So we'll
if not, I'll have the phone ready just so I'm prepared for both situations. Rundown wise, I mean, it's really going back to your opening. I think is where we're at. I mean, you had a strong opinion on Caleb Williams. You know, Caleb posted those photos of himself wearing the blue nail polish. Listen, we've been knowing at this point that he wears, nail polish. Like, this isn't some new story. He paints his nails. That's what it is. He's been doing that since college, and it's just one of those things where I'm at now, like when I see it initially, it's still, I laugh, I chuckle to myself. It's like, come on, man. But then I just move on because like this is just the era. And this is what they do. It's what young players do. We've seen it in the NBA with multiple guys. You got the guy in Philly open up his own nail line, which is crazy. Caleb likes to put different designs in his nails. That's what he does. So I don't really know, what to say about that. To me, I think is this: if he ends up winning, meaning like take the Bears to the playoffs, have a good season, he plays well, the locker room won't really care. Will they make jokes behind the scenes? Of course, that's a locker room. If he goes out there and he wins, that's all that's gonna matter, homie. And then let's say this too. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say you're right about your opening. Let's say Caleb was actually gay, which I don't think he is. But let's just say he was, just to make your argument.
I really don't care.
It don't matter because he want me the first, and he want me the last. So
I don't care if he's gay. Like the thumbnail's funny and shit, whatever. It's not. I don't really care if he's gay. The issue I have is I don't see that position getting full, complete buy-in by a roster or a locker room if he's just, let's just say he's what's that word? Metrosexual. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. To me, it's gay. But I'm just saying to them, let's say he comes out as Metro or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I just don't see anything.
Or this might just be his style. Like when I see Caleb, I see Caleb run around a lot of women, a lot of white women, but I see him around women when I see him.
Yeah, there's just there's no style. You can't have that style though.
I hear you, but we just don't understand it because you're older than me, but I'm still I'm getting there old school now. As crazy as that sound, but I'm kind of like in that ballpark now because like my era, we didn't grow up doing this. So it's just like I don't understand it, but that's just what they do. It'd be different. If it was just Caleb, it might feel a little different, but like there's a lot of players do this. Like there's multiple I've seen multiple NBA players do it. We talk about only a handful of them, but I've seen more. It's more than just one. There's more than one NFL guy. These young cats like to paint their nails. They look at it. I compared it back in the day. I remember we had a take on here, a conversation on here. I compared it to the way like my generation would mismatch and like utilize socks. Like you wear different colored socks and do different things with the socks to like kind of go with the swag. For them, it's their nails. Again, I don't understand it, but that's what they do. I don't think it correlates to them being straight, gay, this, that, whatever you want to classify them at. That's just our generation, the way we grew up, Jason. If you do this, that's what you are. Boom. You paint your nails, you're that. You do this, you're that. Like, but it's not that straightforward with them. He thinks it's swaggy. He thinks it's style.
Yeah, I just at the end of the day, though, homie, men that are on a leader of a gladiator sport in Chicago, by the way, where Jim McMahon and motherfucking like Roughnecks play quarterback. There's no way you put a fucking flower in your ear, homie. There's just no way you have your nails painted. Listen, this nail painted shit for these boys is unbelievable. I saw, and to your point, this ain't the only cat. We've been talking about the guys in the NBA and all these other cats. We've been talking about it, but at the end of the day, homie, like let's be real. These new professional athletes are something else. I don't understand it. Like, did you see the Ball brother walking out to the summer league game
with the grill and shit and the chains?
Nah, this motherfucker had an all pink like jumpsuit on, homie, with high heels, homie.
No, I ain't see that.
Or like some sort of like platform high heel shoe, homie. Like after he just did a fucking stream with your boy Kai Kennedy.
Well, I saw all the Ball brothers, the whole family, they all went on Kai Sinet's stream. They were kind of promoting it's LiAngelo, LaMelo, and then LiAngelo's music. But I didn't see nothing about them going to the game and having some high heel pumps. I did see them highlighting LaMelo because he had the grill, he had like 4 chains on, whatever. He's just a young cat making a lot of money, and he's always been like the flashy one of the group of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I was surprised about that.
Yeah, he was wearing some high heels, homie. I don't know, Bailey, if you could find him walking out, but if you're not, it was a lot. What was it? Mellow. It was Mellow Ball. Mm-hmm. It was Mellow Ball. Smitty, why he looks for that though? I want to bring this thing full circle before we take a commercial break and Coach Chev joins us.
Yeah.
Homie, I want to bring back the nobody that I am. Talking about the fucking nobody that I talk about, that everybody's giving me shit about for the last month, about this fucking Gillies and fucking Drewskis and all these nobodies. Gillis, yeah.
All right.
Take a listen to this man you respect, I know. Take a listen to this man, this comedian legend, talk about it in depth. Take a look. Fuck, my shit's fucked up.
I can't see it. I was like, it's in my phone.
Kevin is a nice little brother. The only problem with that is that he's like a Kim Kardashian. The social media, it's a lie. These kids want to be lied to. I started off in the business, and a lot of us are bitter because of this. Me, Bill Bellamy, Chris Tucker, all of us. None of us had them kind of followers. Because guess what? That shit wasn't around when we was coming up. But now, guess what? I got all these people following me, and I'm putting out a perception that I'm bigger than what I am. Guess what? You ain't got no fucking talent. But it's too late. I got $200 million. I done tricked the shit out of y'all. I got all this money, all these celebrity friends. Now, I'm gone in the wind. Meanwhile, the funny nigga that's really, really raw, that got the real talent. So I got 10 real people recognizing me, and you got 1 million fake motherfuckers knowing you.
Go ahead and defend it, homie. But what do I know? But go ahead and defend it, homie.
I mean, listen, I respect Mike Epps. He's from my city. He's funny as hell, all that, but I disagree with him. Difference between me and you, like, I don't listen to somebody who I respect and just all that agree with.
That's fine. That's fine. But
you thought you just said you just dropped the mic.
No, I didn't.
He an old head.
No, I didn't.
Who, again, this is not his generation. I understand it. He's not gonna fully understand and comprehend the situation, which is okay.
Hold on, though. All I'm saying is, I thought I was the only one that was out of my motherfucking mind, homie. I thought I was the only one out of my mind that never believed it. I was the only one. I'm a hater. You better, all you nobodies better start calling Mike fucking Epps a hater, homie. You motherfuckers are full of shit. Stop talking about, I'm the only one that thinks this way. I'm the only one. But a fucking legend thinks this way. Oh, my God. I'm the only one, though. Fucking nobody's. It's unbelievable, homie, that this motherfucker now is going to be talked about the same way. Now they're going to call Mike Epps a old head on the fucking porch yelling at the cloud. He don't know no better. Everything he just fucking said is 1,000% accurate and what I've been saying. A fucking bunch of fake followers that's made you think you're better than you are, homie. Keep it real. These motherfuckers ain't funny. Stop. Social media made them funny, homie. You motherfuckers out of your goddamn mind.
Well,
and
Mike
now
also in that
Smitty
way,
don't believe it. Smitty don't believe Mike Epps.
Ain't about believing, it's about disagreeing with somebody's opinion. And also not even fully disagreeing. Understand that again, we're putting everybody in the same bubble. Are there people that fall into the category that he described? Of course. Everybody has social media. So you got a million people on there thinks they're somebody. Everybody not somebody. I agree. Like, sure. But there are people who are good at what they do and who are somebody. And that's the people who I like to talk about. So, but anyway, Mike Epps, in that whole rant, if you listen closely, he said, yeah, we are bitter. What does that mean to you?
But he broke it down. Don't be micro.
He said, we are bitter. He said, we didn't have social media growing up, so we didn't have this following, and now people got this following, and they're making this type of money. We are bitter.
But what else did he say?
He kept it real. Why did he say
he was bitter? But why did he say he was bitter? He not only said bitter about the whole following thing, he said bitter about the fact that there's people that aren't funny ruining the actual game of comedy by having fake following that aren't funny. Like, that's the fact, homie.
What are you saying? I'm sure I hear it clearly. When you say fake following, so are you saying they paid for 10 million followers?
No. I'm saying, like,
you know somebody page is fake. You can go to their page.
Yeah. No. That's not what he was saying. Mike Epps is saying you have a bunch of fabricated followers because of social media. The guys that absolutely are nobodies with fake profile. We get them all the trolls and all these people that don't put their name behind shit that follow you because you've made it on social media. I mean, we got that one guy you didn't even say you say you didn't know, that white dude from Cincinnati or whatever, 1 million followers. Who is he? He's doing stand-up now. Because of what? His following. So guess what? Now, I'm not saying the followers are like bought like some guys we know, like buy your following for your channel or your page. Not saying that. I'm just saying you have a bunch of guys that are nobodies following you that has blown your brand up to where now you are on stage talking about what? You're not funny, homie. Like, let's be real. If you didn't have that following that he's talking about, you wouldn't be on stage and you wouldn't be ruining the comic world. And that's what Mike said in depth. If you go listen to his whole interview, he's like, dog, we have a mockery of a profession right now. We're not the comedians that we once were. This isn't about stand-up anymore with organic material. This is all shit that we fucking have heard or stolen, and now they have a fake following that allows them to say our shit from 20 years ago. And people think it's funny because the new demographic of age, Smitty, don't know that it's been said already. That's all the point is. And I think in a macro scale, he's right.
So what I'm saying is this. Again, you can find anything on the internet. So do I think there's people who fall into the bucket that you're describing? Yes. But again, the problem I have with you personally is that you put everybody in that bucket, and it's not true. The irony and the funny thing is, and while I think Mike Epps is agreeing with you to an extent, but not fully, is because his comedy shows that he's done in recent years, this past year, last year, he brings on these guys. Country Wayne, who you bring up on the show, is a part of this tour. DC Young Fly, a guy I've mentioned multiple times. He's a guy that he brings on his tour, and the list goes on and on. He brings guys who got popular on social media, who were funny as hell on social media, got big time following on social media, who then leverage that to go on shows, Wild and Out, little movies you might see on BT, stand up, and voila. So yes.
Hold on, Smitty, just address this. Just address this for me.
Go ahead. Let me see what it's saying. JB is so wrong on this, and he can't accept it. Just because someone is older doesn't make them a legend. Well,
so again, but again, see how they go back to JB's the only wrong one. But Mike Epps literally just said exactly what I've been saying for a fucking month on this show, and I'm the one that's still the hater, though. See what I'm saying? That's my point to this whole thing. These fucking nobodies can't grasp the concept that these cats are getting these type of deals. You showed me a guy, what's his name, Speedo or whatever, got 600 mil, homie.
Allegedly.
Speedy, whatever.
Just Speed.
Oh, Speed, yeah. So like,
no, not Speed, it's Speed.
First time I ever seen him on social media, I didn't see him still, but I guess his brother got knocked out in the bathroom or something.
Who?
Speed.
I didn't know he had a brother.
See? Nobody.
No, I just don't know about his whole family. But that's my previous point. I think, again, Mike Epps is talking about certain people on social media who fall into that bucket. But I don't think he's anti-social media because, again, his tour has guys on his tour who made it from social media, who are also funny. Like Country Wayne is actually funny. DC Young Fly is actually funny. So that's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong in what you believe in because you do see those things on social media. There's some idiots on there who just do stupid stuff, who have blown up, and it's like it's not really a talent. It's just they found some stupid niche that's worked and is working. But then you have other guys who are actually done talented things. Again, you don't have to be a fan of it, but you can still appreciate, like, okay, I get why motherfuckers might like that, the work they did, like, and boom. And again, Mike Epps is somebody, he's one of the OGs who actually look out for the young folks. Like, you contrary to belief. So it's one of them things where it's like, all right, I think he's just saying that with that being said, there are people, unfortunately, though, because since we all have a phone, there's people, unfortunately, who try to leverage social media in a way that make people think they're one thing and they're not.
Hey, what's that little white kid? What's that white kid that got jacked in downtown or in LA in Beverly Hills? He got jacked.
Yeah, he's a streamer. Babe, what's his name? Just pop in and say his name, baby. I know you know.
Whatever the streamer means, but again, we still haven't figured out what the
Doherty or something like that.
Yeah,
Jack Doherty, I think.
Yeah, so he's a somebody too. Come on, man.
But no, I'm saying like Jack Doherty's not like he's not a comedian. So again, we gotta stay on track. Are we talking about comedy now, or are we just talking about everybody who's blown up?
Well, that's my point, though.
Remember who blown up because they got a fat ass.
But hold on, though. But Drewski is not a comedian, homie, that made it because of comedy. That's what my point is. Like Jack Doherty or whatever his name is, I don't know who he can go get he can go on stage right now and do a stand up because of his following. Guaranteed. He could do some sort of something huge if he wanted because of his following. Fact or cap? Maybe not comedy. Just anything.
Because of following. No, he's not.
Anything. I'm just saying anything. He in his field, whatever field it is, he can get on there and do something at a major.
He can put together some sort of event, I'm sure, that falls into the streaming category.
Under his genre, whatever his field is, he could do something huge, right? Yeah, fucking right, because of his following. But anyway, we got a guest on, Smitty. We're going to just roll right into it since
that he built.
And then we'll do a commercial, and you can try to reboot your thing after Coach comes on. But my shit's fucked up, too. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we got over 4,500 people on all categories on here. 1,500 on YouTube. Appreciate everybody right now joining us on a Merciless Monday. Let's dive right into it, man. Our main man, the current head football coach, man, of the Northeastern State University football program, and he is former interim head coach of University of Colorado, offensive coordinator at University of Colorado, NFL draft pick by the Cleveland Browns, 1999, a Colorado Buff alum, probably to enjoy a Corona High School right here in Southern California, JUCO legend himself as well. He'll be joining us during the season to give Coach Chev's Chalk Talk, so look forward to that as well. Our main man, Coach Deion Chevarini, joins the show. Coach.
What's going on, Coach?
JB, Smitty, what's up, my guys? Man, how we doing
up, man?
This morning?
So what's up, man? Give us a little insight. D2 football, I played it, so I understand a little bit. So right now, summer dog days, you got guys there probably in the weight room and getting ready to go on break, or are you on break bringing them in for fall?
So our guys been here. They've been doing summer bridge. So they're taking like English class, math class, science class, and then they've been getting their workouts in on their own. So it's been a really productive summer. JB, you know how it is, man. It's rough, man. It's rough in those summers, man. So we're kind of in those dog days of summer right now, getting closer to fall camp, which kicks off August 3rd. Excited about our team. You know, I got here about 18 months ago, and so it has been a grind to get this team to where it is right now. We're going to be very, very competitive, man. We've come a long way in a short amount of time. And as you know, it's all about recruiting, man. You got to be able to recruit and retain and develop. And we're kind of in that third phase right now of our development phase. And I feel good about, you know, bringing in 40 mid-year. We brought in 20 mid-year transfers and 40 high school kids that we signed. And that's a big class, man. You're bringing in 60 kids on top of the 60 kids we brought in last year. And so we've been able to flip this program in one season, man.
And rumor is on the street, Coach, rumors on the street out here that you did bring in some dudes, and you are in the MIAA where the dudes are the dudes of Division II. That's the Division I SEC of Division II football. Not only talent-wise, roster-wise, coaching-wise, but facilities. People don't realize facilities are pretty much, for the most part, some might make new ones, some have older ones. You got Pitt State with the biggest jumbotron in all of football, and they're a Division II program. Right there in Pittsburgh, Kansas. You got Northwest Missouri State, St. Joe's, Mo West, all these different programs that have been legendary for a long, long time. And that carries weight. You brought some dudes in. They say you brought some dudes in. You got one of my former kids playing quarterback there. He's competing for a spot. His father's told me, man, Coach Chev brought some dudes in, man. This is a whole nother program, blah, blah, blah. So I can't wait to see it. Let me ask you, are you preparing every day for tomorrow, today? Meaning you're not only working on this program but your own future to get back to a Power 5 or a Division I job for everybody out there that don't know. I know you're focused on Northwest or Northeastern State right now, but I'm just saying for the future for you.
You know, I think the best thing you can do, I'm a firm believer, man, be where your feet are, man. So, you know, you just got to do the best job where you're at. And if you do a great job where you're at, then those opportunities will come to you. You know, I think I'm at a point in my career now. I'm 47. I've been coaching college football now for 19 years. And, you know, I've been, you know, in the Pac-12, been to Big 12. I've been in a lot of different conferences. And what I can tell you is the MIAA and the schedule that we play is a very, very good football schedule, good football teams, well coached. And they do a great job with their recruiting and their retention. But at the end of the day, in order for me to have opportunities in the future, I got to do the best job I can do for NSU. I got to put NSU on the map nationally and make a name for us this year. And we're trending that way. I mean, you know, recruiting is a tough business, as we know, JB, and you did it for a long time, man. And you got to be able to grind through those spring evaluations. You got to get on the road. You got to see them working out. You got to see them practicing. And we've done a good job of that. When you can bring in 20 mid-year transfers and have them go through spring football, you know, Donnie Smith is one of them. He was a JUCO All-American from Snow College. He was a California guy. You know, we brought in some really, really talented players. You know, Levante Chenault, who was here last year for us. You know, he's an NFL type of receiver. I coached his brother at Colorado. His brother was a second-round draft pick of the Jaguars. And Levante, I think, is probably a more polished receiver than his brother was at this point in his career. So I'm excited about Levante. We've got Mikey Henderson, who was a Division I bounce back. You know, we got Cam Woods, who was an All-American for us last year at tight end. You know, Ramon McKinney's probably the best. He's going to be one of the best Division II college running backs, period. He was a true freshman last year that had over 1,000 yards of all-purpose yards and, you know, scored 4 touchdowns against the team out west. So he is a very dynamic athlete, man. And on defense, we've gotten bigger. We needed to get bigger on the defensive line. We got Patrick Hisataki, who's a 6'5", 260-pound defensive end. He's a Division I bounce back from Cal and University of Hawaii. You know, we signed Solomon Wright, who was a Division I bounce back. His dad is Kenyatta Wright, who is the GM right now over at Oklahoma State. And so we have a talented group of players. And now, you know, I told our coaches, we got to coach them. You know, it's one thing to recruit a good group of players, as we know, but now you got to bring them together as a team and get them on the same page. And that's our job as a coaching staff.
Coach, you're diving into, like, you know, you're amazing offseason as far as recruiting here. Just from my own, I guess, education and knowledge as a former player, when you're going on the road and you're going to watch these guys work out and things of that nature, I guess, and I don't want you to give up all your secrets, but like, what's like the pitch? What's the thing that's made you so successful this offseason, just in your career, as far as on the recruitment side?
I mean, I think the good thing for me is like a lot of those kids want to play pro football. You know, a lot of those kids want to play at the highest level they possibly can play at. And the good thing about my background, you know, I was an all-conference receiver at Colorado. I was a team captain in college. I was a 5th-round draft pick by the Browns. I still hold the Browns record for most catches by a rookie in a game. I had 10 against Jacksonville back in '99. And so I can speak to what they want. Kids want to be developed. Kids want discipline, and they want development. And that's the thing that our program offers them, is that, you know, they know when Coach Chev talks to them, they know when I get up in front of the room that I'm speaking from a place of experience. Yeah. You know, some guys talk about the league, but they haven't been to the league, man. And so I can speak on my experiences as a former player. I can speak on my experiences as a college football coach at the highest levels of college football. And I think that when you sit down with moms and dads, you know, they know that I'm going to be honest with them. I'm very transparent about, you know, what their offer is, how much money they're going to get with their scholarship. You know, I don't try to hide anything from people. And I think when people play for me, they know that, you know, I'm very transparent, I'm very honest, and people respect that. And so to kind of answer your question, Smitty, is that I talk to them like I wanted to be talked to.
Right.
I try to stay away from coach talk. I try to keep it more real with them. Keep it more like, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. This is how we're going to develop you. Now you got to be committed to the process as much as I'm committed to the process. So, you know, we're on the right track as far as recruiting goes. So,
love it.
Hey, get the audience a breakdown of what's going on in college football right now. You know both worlds right now, Division I and Division II, even the FBS in the middle. With this landscape that's going on, and this you know, this portal and now opening up a new portal again. How has it benefited D2? Because I'm seeing you get a lot of D1 kids. You know, we've always seen the kid that was ineligible to go play D1. He's already hit his D1 clock, and he had to go D2. I was one of those guys. Is it now easier to get Division I talent, though, because of the portal and guys willing to go and play right away? And then you got guys like a wideout leaving Toledo and starting and balling at Alabama. That would have never happened back in our day. Like, that just didn't happen. You went to Toledo for a reason, because you never could play at Alabama. Now they're starring at Alabama, and they played in the MAC. And no offense to Smitty and the Ball State, they're shitty, but you know what I'm saying?
We get under-recruited, JB, because we're a little shorter. Doesn't mean the talent isn't there. And I could have played in Georgia.
I'm glad you said that, though. Like, size does matter. When you play in the SEC, in the Big 10, the Big 12, and the Pac-12, O-line, D-line, size matters. Nowadays, is it not mattering, Chev? Like, what's going on? You're getting guys that maybe you couldn't have got 5-6 years ago.
It definitely matters. I mean, the portal has definitely – I think the portal has benefited Division II football, because the Power 4 conferences, they're all dealing in the portal. What I mean by that is, like, after a season, instead of going to the junior college ranks and signing a junior college kid, they're going to go to the portal first. They're going to see what is in the portal from other schools. They want to see if they can poach from other schools before they dip down. It used to be, you know, in Division I college football, when you needed a mid-year guy, you went to JUCO, you went to junior colleges, you went to California, you went to Kansas, you went to Texas, and that's where you found your junior college talent to add those juniors and those mid-year older guys to your roster that helps you win. They're not doing that as much anymore. Now they're dealing in the portal, so they're going school to school. And so that what happens for guys like me that are at Division II school is that we're able to go to a junior college where those guys would not have been available. Like, Donnie wouldn't have been available before the portal. Donnie is a 6'4", 220-pound quarterback that can spin it. He would have been at an FCS program, or he would have been at a Group of 5. He would have been somewhere like that. And that goes for a lot of our guys. I mean, we have guys that are sick. Our guys have the size, they have the length, but they're under-evaluated because there's so many kids. There's over 10,000 kids in the portal. I mean, 10,000 kids, I mean, that's a lot of student athletes that don't have jobs right now. And so all those colleges are spending a lot of their resources trying to evaluate those guys before they get to the junior college and before they get to the high school kids. High school kids will really have a hard time.
How big is this NIL deal at your level? Are you having to face the kid that's just talking dollars and you're like, come on, man, Like, let's be honest
It,
here.
it does come up at our level. Obviously, NIL is, it's something that's being used in college football across the landscape from different divisions. It's something that we've been involved with as well. I mean, we have a third-party company that we've been working with, but it's not the level of a Division I level. I mean, Division I level, they're dealing with, right now they're talking, especially now that rev shares kicked in. They got the rev share contracts, and now they got NIL contracts. And so, the Division I level, you're talking about kids making 100, 200, 300,000, quarterbacks making about $1 million to $1.5 million, top defensive ends and offensive tackles making that kind of range. So it's a very different ball game from Division II. We're not talking about those kind of numbers at our level, but I think that people still want to say that they have NIL. They still want to say that they got something from so-and-so to help them, be a part of a company or whatever, an advertisement for a company, whatever they're doing in their NIL stuff. For us, it's a separate entity for us. I mean, that's a third party, different contract. You're dealing with their rules and their bylaws and all those kind of things. So we don't have to be in it as much as probably the Division I school has to be in it.
Gotcha. It makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you this, Coach, because again, you're from the old school, played it, during the old school, coached even a little bit, from the old school as well. How different are I guess this generation, just in general, just in the locker room, just from your lens? Like JB always talks about, like, from these kids are so much softer, so much this, so much that. Are you seeing that, or are they actually a lot more similar to you and your generation when you played?
The difference, to answer that question, Smitty, the difference is when I played, when JB played, when you played, Smitty, like, we never asked the coach why, right? We never, when the coach said something,
right,
it was like, yes, sir, it's time to go to work. But kids nowadays, and it's a different generation, they've been raised differently than we were raised. They want to know the why before they go do something. And so, like, when we explain things as far as installations on offense, defense, and special teams, I tell our coaching staff, you have to be very detailed in what you're doing. You have to be so detailed so that when a why does come out, hey, coach, why are we doing this? You have a rebuttal and you have an answer for their question. And it's okay to ask the why, but once I give you the why, now it's time to go to work. And so that's the difference between the two. I don't know if they're softer by trade. I know JB will say that. JB will say they're soft. I know that. But I do think that once they do know the why and once they trust you, man, we got a good enough group to win all of our games. And that's how I feel. I feel that we've done a good enough job. And I told our staff that we've done a good enough job with our roster retention and development and our recruiting aspect of it to put ourselves in every single game that we play and win every single game that we play. And so now it's our job just to coach them. Our job is to get them all doing the right things at the right time and build team chemistry and build our team culture. And that takes coaching. Okay. If they didn't need coaches, none of us would be here, right? The players would just run themselves, but they need coaches. We all need coaches. I needed coaches when I was their age. Yeah. And so it's our job to be honest and be hard on them to get them to do what they want to do.
And to that point about, I'm sorry, one more, JB, for coaching, how do you view success, like, as a head coach? Like, is it strictly like wins? Is it like, how, because you got so much on your plate as a head guy. You're in about classes, being eligible. Like, there's a lot on your plate. So as the head guy, how do you view like a successful year?
For us going into year two, we want to win more games than we won in year one. So year one, we were 2-9. We lost 4 games by 1 score. But we had a lot, what we called a lot of small victories. Even though the victories didn't show up on the scoreboard, man, we turned this culture around in this program. This program had been down for a long time, but we took a lot of steps forward in year one where this program was struggling for years before I got here. So in year two, I always say the biggest jump a team's going to make, a program's going to make, is from year 1 to year 2. So we're going into year 2 of I call it our championship build. And this championship build is a 3 to 4 year, to me, a 3 to 4 year trajectory. We're in year 2 of this championship build. And I'm a firm believer, a successful year for us. One, we're gonna win more games in year 2 than we won in year 1. We have a better team, we have a better roster, we got better coaches, we're in a better situation. But overall, the success I want to see is I want to see not only our teams compete, which we did last year, I want to see our teams win those games in the fourth quarter that we let up in year 1. And so that's my job as the head coach and the offensive coordinator. It's our defensive coordinator, Coach Tanavas's job. It's our special teams coordinator, Coach Atwell's job. It's our coaching staff, Coach Sutherland, our O-line coach, Coach Chevarini, our other quarterback coach. That is what is important. We have to coach them.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think enough emphasis is put on that. Sometimes people say, well, it's not X's and O's, it's Jimmy's and Joe's. It's both. You got to have Jimmy's and Joe's, but you better have X's and O's too. You better be able to put them together if you want to have a championship program. And to kind of get back to your point, your question, Smitty, is that for me, a successful year is I want to see us keep doing well in the class. And we set a school record with over a 3.0 team GPA, which in football, that's hard. When you're dealing with 115, 120 student athletes, to have a team GPA of over 3.0 is a huge deal. And we were 3.11 this spring, which broke the school record from before. And so I want to see us maintain our school, but I want to see us win games in the fourth quarter, win more games we won in year one, and keep our momentum going in recruiting.
No doubt. Let me ask you this. You're in year 2. Seems like you're ahead of the curve. Entering year 3, I used to call it my 3-year plan for success. That was the year that I want to see. I aspire from the outside looking on. I want to see, all right, I want to see Coach Chev's year 3. I want to see, speaking of year 3, Colorado, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, is entering year 3. Obviously, he's in the news for all the wrong things. He's got some health issues. Hopefully, he's all right. You know him well. You know the program well as anybody else that we can get on the show. Let me ask you, what is your, I guess, what do you look at right now for year 3 for Deion in Colorado, your alma mater? What are you seeing right here, as this is a critical year in a conference that obviously has some big time teams in it, 2 playoff teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big year for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Obviously losing, the Heisman Trophy winner, I think Travis Hunter's a generational talent. I watched that kid live in games, and he is as advertised. That kid is an unbelievable football player. Losing him is a big blow. And losing Shedeur, I mean, even though Shedeur fell in the draft, which I was surprised he fell as far as he did, but losing Shedeur won them a lot of games. I don't think without Shedeur and without Travis last year, they're probably a 6-win team at most a 6. They went 9-4 last year. They obviously lost the bowl game, didn't play great in the bowl game. But, Coach Prime, to his credit, I mean, the guy's been there 2 years. In year 2, they went from 4 wins to 9 wins. That's a huge jump in Division I college football. They were really close to really competing for the Big 12 championship if they wouldn't have laid an egg on the road against Kansas. But, I mean, I think that he's on the right track. Now, he's had some health issues, which has obviously set them back in recruiting. I saw they were low in the recruiting rankings. It's probably because he hasn't been on campus, and he's been trying to get himself back healthy to get back to Boulder. But this is a big year. Obviously he got the big contract extension, which, I'm sure he, his agent, his people in his corner did a great job of showing, I'm sure they've increased attendance. They've increased probably enrollment at the University of Colorado, which is money. They've obviously increased the visibility nationally, which is money in advertising dollars. So even though that, he went 13-12 in 2 years, they can probably validate the fact that, well, he's really elevated the program from a visibility standpoint. But this is a big year for him. And I'm curious to see how it's going to work out for CU. I'm a Buff. I believe black and gold. I mean, that's my school. That's my alma mater. I'm always going to root for them. But they got to figure out who the quarterback's going to be. They got a transfer that came in. They got a highly regarded freshman 5-star quarterback, which playing true freshman at quarterback is not easy in Division I college football. Doesn't matter how much you've been recruited. Doesn't matter how highly touted you were coming out of high school. The game is so much faster. There's so much more on your plate. College offenses are so much more evolved. And their OC, Pat Schumer's an NFL guy. And so I'm sure it's even more complex than most college offenses because it's more of an NFL offense. And so I'm sure there's a lot of checks. I'm sure there's a lot of Mike IDs. I'm sure there's a lot of you got redirect protection. And I'm interested to see how it comes together because quarterback is all about reps. It's all about, you played at JB. It's all about reps. And it's all about experience of going through the moments. And Shedeur had a lot of reps on him from going back to Jackson State to his time at Colorado. He had a lot of reps. And so he saw a lot of things. So the game when he came from Jackson State to Colorado wasn't much faster because he'd gone through it a million times. But for Salter and for the young freshman they brought in that 5-star kid, I mean, they're going to have to do a lot of work, and it's going to take some time. I don't know if it's going to be what they want it to be in year 3, but I'm rooting for him, JB. I really am.
Let me ask you this real quick, Smitty. So you say that year 3 for Deion, this would be his first year without coaching his sons. And that includes his, what he called his son in Travis Hunter. So he's had him from high school to Jackson, and he moved him here. What do you think the biggest, thing everyone's going to be looking at or talking about this year when he has no son at quarterback, different last name back there at the trigger, regardless of who it is, and then you don't have your other kids on defense and then your other Travis Hunter? Is this going to be a make or break year for him? Not only just wins and losses, but let's talk what you and I know. He's got to manage a staff now as the CEO, be a head coach, be a manager of everything, not just the figurehead that we know Deion Sanders to be, one of the greatest football players of all time. He now has to be a real football coach, and I'm not saying real like knocking him, but like this is going to be something that everyone's going to look at and say, hey, man, he didn't manage the staff very well, or something's going to come up if he doesn't win 9 or more games to match what he did in year 2.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a roster to win 9 this year, but, I think a successful year for Colorado, they got to get to a bowl game, right? In year 3, they got to get to a bowl game. They got to show that recruiting is still a hot name in Boulder as far as getting them to Boulder, getting them signed, getting them committed. I think, I saw they had some commitments this weekend. And so I'm sure that, Deion's back on campus and they're probably, getting some of that stuff going, even though it's a dead period. They can't have people on campus, but he's probably back in the office. He's probably hitting, things hard. I think, I give Deion a lot of credit in the sense that, this guy he was a high school coach, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years, not that long ago. And he was like a Pop Warner coach before that. But it just shows you his intellect, his intelligence as a former player, that he can basically do what he's been able to do and basically put himself in a position. He got a $50 million contract. They don't just give out $50 million contracts.
Right.
So he's doing something right. I know he's got a lot of haters, and there's things that I don't always agree with. Believe me, as a former player and being an alum of CU, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with. But at the end of the day, Deion Sanders is the head football coach at Colorado. It's his program. He can do what he wants. And I respect that, just like it's my program here at NSU. There's people that don't like me because of whatever, but this is my program. It's not your program.
Right.
I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. And when you become a head coach, and when you become a head coach, and when you become a head coach, you can do it the way you want to do it. But I'm interested to see if the development piece of CU's program takes the next step, because losing Shador and losing Travis shouldn't be the reason why you're not winning. It should be that you've been developing pieces to be the next guy. Now, you can't replace Travis. You can't. That dude's different. Now, Shador, they're going to have a hard time replacing him right away. But do they have enough pieces around the guy, whoever the quarterback's going to be at Colorado? Do they do a good enough job on the pieces around him, the offensive line, the running back positions, the tight end positions, the receiver positions? Because I know we're living in those portal world to where the rosters kind of turn over, but there's still going to be some retention and development. You still have to have retention and development if you want to succeed long term. You might have a flash in the pan one good year, but can you stack multiple good years? And that's where the retention and development, I don't know if they're there yet, but, obviously I love Colorado, and I'm interested to see what happens for them this year in year 3.
Nah, no doubt. No doubt. One last thing real quick. So break down what's going on there right now with you. So you guys in 2012, I believe, you went to the MIAA, I think with what? Central Oklahoma, I think. Both of you guys at the time and went to the MIAA. Now, are you independent officially, or what is the deal?
So before I got hired here, before I became the head coach, our athletic director and the president, they basically talked with the MIAA, because NSU historically has been a great program. Back in the 90s and the 2000s, they were in the Lone Star Conference, and they were one of the top Division II schools. This school's won 2 national titles. It's won, 20-something conference titles. But they had fallen on hard times. They had gone through a stretch where they had not been winning at all over the course of since 2011. So what is that, 13 years? They had not been very competitive. And so the MIAA, to me, I never played against an MIAA team until I got to NSU. To see how these schools are built, they are good football programs. They're universities. They have resources. They have money. They have facilities. And so they're built like low-level Division I schools. A lot of these schools could compete with FCS programs and beat FCS programs. They really could, the way they're built. I was impressed with them. And so before I got here, they had been so bad for so long, they decided, hey, we need to build our program up. So we're going to go independent for 2 years. So we're independent this year and next year, but we're going to play 5 ranked opponents this year. Okay, we play Saginaw in week 1. Saginaw has been a perennial Division II power for a long time. We play West Florida, who's ranked in the top 5 right now, preseason poll coming into the season. We play that team out west. We don't say UCO. UCO, we call the team out west. That's their name. They're a very, very good football program, good coaching staff, good roster retention and development. Coach Darrell has been there now for 5 years. They won the MIAA last year. We lost a barn burner to them. We lost 64-57 in that game, and we were up at one point 40-14 and lost that game. That's a very good team. Very good program. We play North Alabama, who's a Division I team. So that's going to be a money game. We're going to go up to North Alabama and play them on ESPN. And then we play West Alabama at the end of the year, who Scott Cochran, who is, former Division I strength coach, special teams coordinator. So it's not like, even though we went independent, it's like going to be an easy schedule. Like we play 5 ranked opponents, and then we play some other teams in that schedule. But it's a good schedule, JB. I mean, we're going to have to play good football to put ourselves in a position to win 6, 7, 8 games this year. And, I'm anticipating that we need to be in that range this year. In year 2, we got to show a big jump on the win-loss column. We showed a big jump in other things last year. I want to show a big jump in the win-loss column in year 2, and that's where we're headed right now.
No doubt. Just my follow up on that before Smitty goes. What's the draw there in Tahlequah? What do you got to do there? Why do kids want to go there?
I think the great thing that you guys see me on social media. I'm very active on social media, and I talk about coming to the Quah, right? The Quah is basically Tahlequah, right? This is the town of Tahlequah, and it's a college town. I mean, what's great about this town is you got the Illinois River right next to us that runs right through Tahlequah. It's a great vacation destination. We got Lake Tenkiller, which is like 10, 15 minutes away from us. This is a very cool college town, and it's got a great character to it. And on top of that, you got a great coaching staff. My entire coaching staff has either played Division I college football or coached Division I college football. We got former NFL players on our coaching staff. Obviously, I'm a former Division I player, coach, and then also former NFL player. There's a lot to be drawn here to our program. And on top of that, you're going to get coached at a very high level. I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like at the highest levels of college football and what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it to get to where you want to get to. And I think when our players sit down with me, and even though this program in the past has not been a great program the last 10 years, people believe in you. They believe in the coach, and they want to come play for the coach. And so, I think we've done a great job these first 2 recruiting cycles of getting length, getting speed, getting athleticism on our roster. And, kind of answer your point, JB, like I really believe that the college experience still matters, man. It's not just about money. It's not just about, the cars and the clothes. It's about the college experience, man. Walking the campus, going to class, interacting with people that are not athletes, like doing things outside of football that is going to help you develop as a young man. And I still think that matters, even though college football to me is in a very, very weird predicament with this house settlement and rev share now and where it's going with everything. College matters. And we got to get back to making about college and not just about money. And until they sit down as a collective and, put a commissioner in place in the Power 4 conferences and say, hey, we're all going to play by the same rules. We're all going to have salary caps. We're all going to, because right now, Deion said something really, really good. Deion said at the Big 12 Media Days, there's only a handful of teams that are going to play for the championship, and he's right. There's only a handful of teams that can actually compete for a championship because they're spending the most money. You're talking about Texas, talking about Georgia. You're talking about, I'm sure Alabama's in that mix. I'm sure Clemson's somewhere in that mix. I'm sure, the Ohio States and the Michigans of the world, they're in that mix. But there's only 7 or 8 teams that really have a chance to win a national championship. Now, they might have a chance to win their conference championship, but national championship, there's probably 6 to 8 teams that legitimately have a chance to win it. And everybody else is just playing catch up. And everybody else is just trying to compete for the conference title, So I think Deion spoke some truth. And that was one of the things I do agree with him on. That, okay, if we all want to play football, let's play the same game. Because right now we're all playing football, but we're not playing the same game. And if we can't play the same game, then we all can't compete. Doesn't matter how good a coach you are, So, I think, college football, JB, man, it's I wouldn't say it's in trouble, but it's definitely it's under stress. I think Greg Sankey said that at the SEC media days. It's under stress. It's in huge stress right now, man. It's huge stress. So we have got to come together. The adults in the room have got to start making adult decisions for the betterment of college football, not just one conference. And the problem with it it's been basically kind of one conference that has ran college football for 15 years. I mean, the SEC has run college football really until, Ohio State won it last year. But if you looked at the last 10 years of the playoffs and everything, it's been one conference. Why is that? They got better coaches? No, they got better players. Well, how do you get better players? You get better players because you're paying them more. Yeah, right. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's what it's about. So let's level the playing field. If you really want it to be about the athletes and about the college football programs having some competitive balance, then we got to level that playing field too.
So you agree, just for clarity, you agree with Deion that you think it needs to be a salary cap?
Heck yeah, you do. Heck yeah, you do. You need to get a commissioner who is going to basically be over the Power 4 conferences, and then you got to have a salary cap with general managers. That's where it's at, man. I mean, we're doing rev share. So rev share means revenue sharing, and that money's coming through TV contracts. That money's coming through, basically the different conferences that give those schools that money every year, and then they share it with their athletes now. And so, I'm telling you, Smitty, if they want to see more teams make the playoffs and more teams be competitive, then you got to level the playing field as far as you got to put a salary cap in. It's the only way they're going to get there. But I think it's going to get there sooner than later. I think we're closer to that point than we were, 2 years ago. But I'm interested to see if they do the right thing and take the next step in that avenue of getting college football right.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see you guys this fall. Go out there and handle those boys, and we'll see what happens, man. And then we'll have you on during the season. We're going to do something. We'll make an announcement, man, and get you on, do some chalk talk sessions with Coach Chev, similar to a Aaron Rodgers McAfee thing, Smitty. We'll have him on during the season. Win or lose, Chev got to come on.
I'll be on win or lose, man. Shoot, I've won a lot of games in my life, but I've also lost a lot of games in my life. Man.
You coach long enough, Chev, you're gonna lose some games, right?
Oh man, I tell people all the time in this profession, if you coach, eventually you're gonna get fired. If you haven't gotten fired, that means you haven't coached long enough. That's what I tell guys. It doesn't matter how good a coach you are, just the way it works, man. And so,
no doubt.
I've been fired before, but I've been hired before too. And what I love about the game of football, and I tell our kids this, is that it's going to reveal a lot about you as a person. And I love the process that goes into game planning. I love the process that goes into getting a team ready. I love the process of coaching young men to see them be better than when you got them as freshmen or sophomores, and see them develop as juniors and seniors, and see the joy on their face when all the hard work pays off, man. That's why I do it, man. I love coaching. I love, seeing our guys, man, do things that they didn't think they could do. And I love the camaraderie of the locker room, man. After a big win, when you're in there and you're celebrating with your teammates and you're celebrating with your coaches, man, there's no greater feeling in the world than whooping someone's butt, right, JB? There's no better feeling, man. But I've also had my butt whooped. I've been knocked down plenty of times. We got knocked down last year but that don't stop my drive. It makes me work even harder, man, for these young men, for this institution, for our president, for our VPs, for our AD, man. I'm going to get this place right, JB, and it's going to be a great story, man, because I'm a young kid from Corona, California, man. I shouldn't be in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, but you know, my journey has taken me here to Tahlequah, and I'm putting Tahlequah on the map, and it's going to be a fun ride, bro. And I appreciate you having me on, JP. I appreciate you giving me a platform, man. And I'm looking forward to doing Chalk Talk, man, in the fall, dude. We'll have some fun with that, dude. Win or lose, man, I'll make sure I come on and we'll do a great job.
It'd be great, man. No doubt. Good pub. We'll get some guys there. We'll get you some dudes, man. So all you kids out there, I'm already seeing on Twitter. Call me up, coach. You got players already in the DMs, I'm sure. So can't thank you enough, brother. Well, hopefully we'll see you. We'll see you soon, and maybe we'll have you on before the season actually again to kick it off before we actually do our deal. So go Riverhawks.
Let's do it, JB. See you, Smitty. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, coach.
All right, boy.
Peace. Darren Chevarini, the head coach, Northeastern State University, with some insight on all things D1, D2, the way college football is going. So D2 college football spotlight is in the chat as well. So they're on Twitter and X or whatever you call it nowadays. Smitty, let's take a quick commercial break. And then after the commercial, we will have the NFL legend Dan Fouts on, one of the greatest ball spinners of all time, who Smitty has to go watch some film on. As he said, him and Dan Marino were two guys that, man, can spin it. We'll break that down here in a few minutes, Smitty. Check your internet, call Juan, and see if someone can fix the internet. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Peace.
Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
College needs to instigate and to build that type of system so we don't have the same 4, 5, or 6 schools that pay the most money at the end of the season in the playoffs.
But how would that manifest in like actuality? Like how would you do that?
Well, you got to restructure the system, and you got to admit that the players are employees. And then you can build a collective bargaining. We've all talked about it. Yep. But you have to admit they're employees.
And you could actually have a salary cap. If
you could do it all. And you need that. And then you need an entry salary cap. Like you need an entry level for a high school player coming in because it's not sustainable.
What's your thoughts, man? You are the head coach of this show, the coach of the show. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, it looks like you got another coach talking about having a salary cap. Deion mentioned it the other day. We talked about that. Now we got Mike Gundy mentioning a salary cap, amongst other things. What are your thoughts on this?
Dumb as fuck. I told Shaun Salisbury the same thing. I disagree totally.
You elaborate?
Shaun liked it. I don't believe you should be employees. So when you're an employee, you now have power over a lot of things. You have bereavement pay. You get benefits. You get sick pay. You get all the things. Let's be careful what we ask for. If you're going to make them an employee, are you going to tax them the correct way? Are you going to pay their 401k? Are you going to give them benefits? Do they get bereavement pay? Do they get sick pay? When do they get sick pay? When can they leave? He don't feel good. He just leaves during week 8.
PTO.
Take 3 weeks off. Now they're employees, but they're getting NIL. So let me just break down this in another macro level way. The wide receiver comes into the room. He makes more than the wide receiver coach. And he tells the wide receiver coach, get fucked. Wide receiver coach goes to where? Smitty? Where do you go when an employee tells another employee to get fucked?
You go to the HR.
HR.
Get them fired.
So what the fuck are we talking about, homie? Is this college football or not? What are we doing? Why are we doing so much? Why do we want college to be so professional when 17 to 21-year-olds don't know what professional is? Why are we making 2 professional leagues go at it?
Because the money that the league has been making has been professional.
Don't mention.
You feel what I'm saying?
We aspire to be in the NFL, right? To make money, correct? We aspire.
We used to, yeah.
Okay, so in college, when we're 17 years old, where's the aspiration to go be great? Where is that motive to go be elite and make it to the 1% level?
Well, you make way more money in the NFL still.
Yeah,
right?
Long term. But I'm saying,
so,
but you can't tell me. And I thought maybe we could find the clip, Daily. But Gilbert Arenas and
oh yeah, so that was a good conversation.
And Kenyon Martin, and I've been saying the same thing for a long time, homie. This is why this shouldn't happen, because only the elite of the elite is going to make it. Like, you're not allowing the college kid to be college kids. You're forcing high school kids to be professional athletes at 17 years old. Not fair to the kid, not fair to the coach, not fair to the program. You're already advancing a kid prematurely to act as a professional when you haven't taught him how to be one yet. You got them driving cars that we haven't taught them how to drive yet, and we have them acting as a professional and giving over the coach that's been coaching 40 years. A professional wide receiver coach who goes and has been coaching, let's say, 10 Division I's in 30 years. So there's a lot of those position coaches who are perfectly fine with coaching in college as a position guy. You and I both know a lot of those guys. They're fine with it. They don't want to be head coach. They want to be coordinator. They make $300,000, $400,000. Great life, right? $400,000 or $500,000. Maybe some make more for $600,000 sometimes if you go to a big school. The kid, though, that walks in the room makes $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, homie. And now he's an employee, homie. You have nothing over that kid at 18 years old. That kid now tells you, get fucked. I don't got to show up to practice, homie. I'm taking bereavement pay, homie.
What's the difference between that, though, and like makes it the NFL and I make more than my coach? I mean, just from that perspective.
Because the NFL is a professional league. We have a contract. The kid don't have a contract in college. That's the problem. We have contracts in the NFL. We wanted to go be in the NFL. We already know that the NFL is for the long-term second and third contract, not the first contract. So guess what? We know already that we're professionals. That's why professionals, when they get to the NFL, they call the head coach by their first name. I don't agree with it, but it's been happening for a long, long time. Troy Aikman used to call Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy. That's professional. It's a different ball game. College. We are in the building. Hopefully, Smitty will get back in here on his deal. I want to address something. Money muscling, entertainment, Fed Talk, whatever the fuck your name is. First of all, your name should tell us enough right there. But anyway, no, they not, JB. You want black kids to maybe suck, I don't know, and not mature early. It's their right to get that money. Absolutely. Actually, I want the opposite. Actually, I want the fucking opposite. That's why you fucking train, develop, mature the black kid, you fucking moron, so they don't fail year 2 in the NFL and now are in the hood, back in the streets, and now we're talking about blaming everybody else. That's why I say we have failed black quarterbacks as white coaches. But you don't listen. You don't fucking have the macro knowledge to discuss anything with me on a macro level. You fucking nobody. You can't even fucking spell. So anyway, Smitty, I don't know what's going on with you and your deal, but you on a computer?
Nah, this is my phone, homie. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it looked like a computer.
Yeah, it's my computer, homie. You know what I mean?
So it's your computer.
It's my computer.
So your computer's fucked.
No, I'm saying I'm on my computer now.
Oh, you're on your computer again?
Yeah.
Oh, I figured. That's what I thought.
So
yeah.
Fingers crossed when our guest comes in. It's perfect right now. Question though, I want to go back to two things. Number one, earlier you said we got a potential sponsor. Don't forget about that. We got to talk about that after the call. That's big time money.
I forgot about it.
You don't forget. See. Number two, Coach Chevarini just said this. He agrees with Coach Prime in having a salary cap. Now, it was at the end of his interview, so we didn't have a chance to really dive into it anymore. I was going to call you to respond because I know you said you strongly disagree. But hearing his explanation, did that do anything for you, like mentally, to kind of sway you over more to that side or no?
No, we're actually texting right now because we were going to discuss the GM thing and the salary cap thing. We agree with the GM thing, I'm pretty sure. I would like to throw my 2 cents at him on the salary cap thing on why I don't like the salary cap, but we'll do that next time with him. But nah, it didn't. It didn't change my mind at all. I don't agree with the salary
his great
cap.
explanation, his great breakdown, his insight, everything he threw out there, it didn't do nothing for you.
I get the premise. I understand the reasoning. I understand why a salary cap sounds good, but I don't think it will work. That's just my opinion.
So you can have an OG in the industry who's doing it right now at a high level come give their explanation and opinion, and you can still disagree. Interesting. I digress. Let's go back to the rundown.
Like Mike Epps, huh?
I'm a bad boy. Jay. When it comes to this media stuff, I'm different. My brain is like super macro.
But wait up, though. We're in my profession, though. So I'm trying to figure this out. You act like I'm talking about something I don't know about, though.
Homie, you a content creator now, homie.
Hold on, though.
You in my world.
Are you a comedian? Are you a comedian or a content creator, though?
I work in Hollywood, homie. Entertainment.
That's my boy, homie. This ain't either one of those professions. Football's in my wheelhouse.
I've been in a comedic movie and acted at a high level as a co-star. I worked in sports entertainment for a very long time. I'm in the entertainment space, homie. Stop it.
Hold on. Since we went
out with comedians and interviewed them.
Oh, hold on. Bring Coach Chev back in here real quick. He back there listening. All right, Chev, hold on. Time out. Let's get to brass tacks. So Smitty and I have been debating this whole fucking nobody thing with these social media fucks that get all these followers who go on stage and completely bomb. And I've had this guy Shane Gillis that come at me and did a whole video about me on his YouTube. So I went after his ass, right? And anyway, I want to get back to something Smitty brought up and said, did you change my mind on the salary cap thing? So I had this take last week. I said, I don't agree with salary cap, and I still think Bama's going to get the number 1 5-star. Ohio State's going to get the number 2 5-star. They're still going to throw the most money at those kids. And if you cap it, cool. But at the end of the day, if it's no contract and there's no binding piece of paper that says you can't go from school A to school B, I don't agree with the salary cap. I think it's going to be the same situation we're having now. Even if you cap it, I still think you're going to have the same situation that.
Well, I think the way you can solve it is that these players, these student athletes, they sign 4-year contracts. Like that, the way to get away from what's going on now, these kids bouncing from school A to school B because they got a little bit more money. Well, then you put them under a 4-year contract,
right?
There's going to be buyouts on those contracts. Like if they sign a quarterback for a 3-year deal for $3.5 million. And he doesn't win the job, he can't just leave.
Just like you and I had to do as a coach, right? Let's just be honest. So I was the only JUCO contracted employee at the time as a head coach in JUCO, and that's why I got a severance when I left after the Netflix debacle. You at Colorado had a contract. I'm sure if you got fired, they paid you through June, right? That was our contract pretty much for coaches. Or if assistant coach left, June was it. That's why guys took other jobs, coaching arena or high school or whatever, did something else, goes into the media, because they don't want to pay money back. You got to pay back money. If you're the head coach right now in Colorado and you say, I want to go to Alabama, they offer me a job. Yep. You have to pay back anything that you've already taken, correct?
You don't have to pay back. You have a buyout.
So your
buyout's going to be whatever. If you have a 5-year deal, like let's say you had a 5-year deal for $35 million and you left after year 3, there's probably going to be, I don't know, $10 million buyout on that. Probably have to pay $10 million to get out of it. You know what I mean? So that's how they keep people from leaving. Now, sometimes, like if a school wants you, they're going to pay your buyout for you.
I'm going to ask you that.
Get you over there.
Right. And Smitty and I discussed that. Like if Alabama, they got the money, they're going to say, no, we'll pay the buyout. Let's go. Take them. But if we did that with the kids, that is how, if Deion Chevarini can't leave Colorado and get a new bag of money at Alabama, you can't sit here and tell me that's not going to solve it. These kids ain't leaving, or they know there's repercussions to it.
Well, it's different. Like in the NFL, like an NFL, like a player contract. A player contract is different than a coaching contract. So the player contract at an NFL level, like let's say player A at the Ravens is on a third year of a 5-year contract, and he is a real dude, right? Well, let's say they want him at the Rams. Say the Rams want him. Well, they can't just go sign that guy. He's under contract. There's no buyouts for a player. They can't buy him out to come bring him to the Rams. The only way they could get him is they could trade for him.
Right.
The only way they can get for him, they can trade for him. So if you put it, like if you built it, and we're talking college football, if you're building this model, and it is kind of like a semi-pro model, and the reason why it has to be is because the money's so big now, JB. I mean, shoot, the reason why SC and UCLA left the Pac-12 is not because they wanted to go fly to Ohio and fly to Michigan all the time, right? They want
TV.
It's TV money, man. They're getting $70 million an institution. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. They're getting like $23 million at Pac-12 a year. Right. They're getting 70. That's why teams leave. That's why they left. They didn't leave because they wanted to fly 6 hours across the country to go play a road game in September when it's freezing in Michigan.
Right.
Speaking of USC and UCLA real quick, we had another debate I wanted to bring up real quick. This football thing's gone to this GM position. All right. Now, just tell the audience, and you know more in depth of what it entails. I've talked to certain guys. Michael Lombardi comes on our show, obviously at North Carolina with Bill Belichick. He's been a GM at the NFL level. So his GM, I think, is different than a guy at USC who was at Notre Dame who basically had a father who was a Major League Baseball GM, really never played football, don't know anything about football. In my opinion, he's a guy that understands analytics. He understands how to organize a whole corporation, and that's what football is. He's a CEO now and the scapegoat of the head coach. And that's what I'm getting from other guys in the business. Tell me what your take is on this GM. Is it a glorified, bigger DFO, or is it a whole entirely new position?
If you want to do it right, it's an entirely new position. Like what North Carolina's doing, they're running that thing like an NFL model. I mean, they got a legitimate GM. They got legitimate scouting department. They got a legitimate scouts, regional scouts.
Lombo's firing secretaries, Chev. He's firing fucking secretaries, and Bill don't know nothing. He's running it like you just said.
He's running it like it should be ran, and that's where college football's headed. Now, some of these university programs don't do it that way. They got either, I wouldn't say glorified DFOs like you said, JB, but they definitely got guys that have probably been ex-football players, but that doesn't mean they should be running a scouting department or running an overall organization from a general manager standpoint. They need to hire legitimate general managers with legitimate scouting departments, have your regional, your national scouts that can go evaluate talent for the coaches. That way we know who to go after, we know who to recruit, we know who we want to get involved with our NIL or get involved with the rev share. Because really what it comes down to is that you're trying to not only retain your best players year to year, but you're trying to upgrade. So can I bring in 3 or 4 guys that are going to make the retention level go up and make my level of talent go up to where I'm a better team year in and year out? And so getting back to answering your question, JB, they need to hire legitimate general managers with experience that can build organizations from the ground up and let the head coaches and the coaches coach.
Now, let me ask you this, kind of give the audience here. You've been there. So let me try to say this nicely to not put you in harm's way. So people are trying to sit up here and tell me that they know more, that the guy at SC is responsible for the entire recruiting class. And he's telling Lincoln Riley and the coaches that we know on that staff, who we know is recruiting the kids, who to go get. And I said, dog, stop. No, he's not. He's not telling everyone. He's acting as if he put Deion Chevarini and his staff in geographic areas like we do when we recruit. We got zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. He's acting as if this guy knows all that. And that's what the audience was saying last week. And I'm like, dude, this guy has no bearing on any of that. He puts together the paperwork for it and makes it look pretty for recruiting presentations, does the PowerPoint. He probably does a lot of that shit in recruiting, but he's not the recruiting coordinator, even though it may be under his title. Can you explain he ain't telling Deion Chevarini who the fuck's going to play quarterback for him?
I mean, knowing Lincoln's a smart dude, man. Lincoln is a smart guy. He's been a head coach for a long time at, prestigious programs like Oklahoma and now USC.
Were you guys together at Tech?
we weren't together at Tech, but I obviously know him because of my Tech ties and Cliff and everybody else in that system. But with I'm guarantee what happens with Coach Riley is that they have meetings with whoever the GM is at USC. They sit in a room and they talk about, they have a board and they're going to show all the guys they're going after. Hey, these are the guys in Southern California that we got to sign. These are the national prospects that we want to go after. I don't think that guy's telling Coach Riley what to do, but I do think that he's giving him information he can use to make the best decisions for his program and his staff. But I do believe that SC has taken the next step as far as they're going more to like the NFL model. They're trying to have a GM with regional and national scouts. They're trying to get eyes on guys so the coaches know exactly who to go after. But I guarantee you that Lincoln's still making the decisions on who they're taking. I would.
And explain.
Highly doubt that he isn't.
We got guys like D Jones in the chat who thinks he fucking understands what we're talking about, but he has no clue. But let me break down what the whole conversation was. So D Jones, let me break down. So please understand. Tell these guys how this works. So there's a portal, and like Sark or whoever would give me their access years ago, and I'm not putting him in trouble, and I got the portal, and hey, JB. Chev calls me, hey, man, I got this dude. I need him back. I need him back at Colorado. Take care of him because he trusts me to get him through class, graduate with a degree, get him back in the spring, blah, blah, blah. These guys think that this GM is actually hitting the portal and finding high school and JUCO kids all at the same time and telling everybody where they're going to find these guys.
No, that's the guys. Those are the guys under the GM. So all those.
Tell all the guys that are on the portal. How many coaches do you have in the fucking portal? 8, 10 guys looking it up?
Well, I'm sure like a school like USC, I would imagine they got 6 to 8 coaches, or not even coaches. They got 6 to 8 staff members.
Grunts.
Their job is to go watch those kids, put them on a list, and then they get in a room and then they watch them as a staff, and then they rank them as a staff, and then they say, okay, which ones do we actually really want? Because there's a ton of guys on the list, but one, can they help you win? It all comes down to winning.
Sounds like what I said, D. Jones, last week. Sounds like what I said, not Smitty. But go ahead.
Not fully though, honestly, no, because like last week, and I wish we had the full segment of clip up. You were making it sound like the GM wasn't doing really shit other than like just like assistant work, as if he had no. Like you were, that was the conversation last week. Now you're softening it now because Coach Chev is saying it a little differently. He's saying it more of a balanced conversation. He's kind of in between what we were saying.
Who was the only guy I said was a real GM in football?
You said North Carolina was the only place.
And what's the difference now? I'm still saying the same shit. These guys they're not doing what you guys think they do as a GM though. They're not. Like Coach has said, they might be evolving towards that, like USC and these other places, but they're not right now current. So you think Andrew Luck, who's never coached a down, is now GMing and being this great GM running an organization?
My only argument last week that I kept saying was, if they're not valuable, why did USC make the move to go get this guy from Notre Dame? If he didn't do anything at Notre Dame as far as their recruiting classes that they had last year, why, if I'm USC as a team, why am I like, oh, let's go get this guy? If he's just a DFO guy, I can find a million of those.
Coach Chev may not be able to say it, but I'll just tell you why. It's all who you know and who knows you. This is a nepotism and a who knows you buddy system in this small circle of a business called football. And if we create a new position like GM, we're going after someone we know or someone's father that we knew. Andrew Luck's father, by the way, is a big-time NFL administrator. You act like this is a nobody.
I'm talking about USC. We ain't bring up, but I hear you.
His father was a GM of the Cincinnati Reds, homie. I hear you. Come on, you act like he's a nobody fucking at Riverside JUCO who's been fucking GAing. Come on, man.
I do think, though, I do think that USC is more on the cutting edge as far as trying to get themselves in a position to win a championship. They hired Lincoln's a great coach. He really is, man. He's really smart. He's really detailed. Does a great job of game planning people. He does. I've watched a lot of film.
Offensively, I said he's one of the best.
Yeah. He's one of the best. I work with Dan Tonlan, so the DC Dan Tonlan is as bright as it gets.
Legit, yep. You got Rob Ryan helping him.
But I think the next step for them, they were losing games because they didn't have good enough players. And so they saw the jump probably that Notre Dame made as far as like getting themselves in the playoffs. and getting themselves to a position. I mean, that's how it is. You know how it is, JB. You win. When you win, everybody wins. When you lose, everybody loses.
And Chev, you already said it earlier, though.
Don't cut him off. He cooking right now.
No. But he said something earlier. SC is what? What did Chev say earlier? Wins. Paying big money. SC has the number 1 NIL now all of a sudden out of nowhere. Guess what? Number 1 recruiting class. How ironic.
Why you keep cutting Coach Chev off? Coach Chev said that USC saw Notre Dame and won last year.
Yeah.
And he said the reason why USC was losing because they don't have a good enough players. So what they do? Let's call the guy over there who's helped Notre Dame get these players. And I'm not saying he's in the field recruiting. He's doing something to help make that recruiting class better at Notre Dame. So they called this guy, come to SC and help us. Point blank, period. JB was, Coach, I swear to God, if you got time, go back. JB was making it seem like this guy wasn't shit. Like he didn't know, like he didn't do anything.
I mean,
he's softening it up now because you're right here. I swear he was not doing it.
Can I chime in real quick?
I'm done talking.
Hey, Chef. First of all, the discussion for this guy being a nobody was because everyone said he was the reason the roster at Notre Dame was a playoff roster. And I said, you're full of shit. You have no clue. I know 3 of the best recruiters at Notre Dame. Number 1. Number 2, Urlacher's son was there, and we talked personally, and guess what? That's not the guy who brought the kids in. And furthermore, have you looked at the recruiting class Notre Dame's had this year versus last year when that guy was there? It's fucking better, Smitty, now. So stop.
But one thing that it's kind of like when Nick Saban got Alabama to a point where it was almost unbeatable, right? Winning creates winning in the sense that when you set the standard and the standard needs to be met every day, that was one thing that's why I'm a big fan of Nick Saban, even though Saban's not coaching anymore. But if you look at how he built Alabama, when he got to Alabama was a sub 500 team. His first year, I think they lost. They went 6-6, I think, and lost a bowl game or something like that. But they got to a point, JB, where they were the best program in football for probably a decade, right? And how they do that? They did it, one, because there's a standard from the top going down. On top of that, they had the best players. And Saban is an unbelievable recruiter, but he also had great recruiters on that staff with him. Yep. But now where college football has evolved to the next step, I think that we still know how to identify talent, but I think you need the GM and their staff of people to do a lot of the grunt work and do a lot of the day-to-day evaluations, just so we know, okay, now let's get together who we actually going to target, who are we going to get this rev share contracts to, who are going to be the ones that are going to be the difference makers to help us win consistently year in and year out.
Chev, before you get out of here, we got Dan Fouts coming in the background. And before you get out of here, I got to ask you, if you're a head coach at Georgia right now, how does Deion Chevarini show the players at Northeastern State when he becomes the head coach at a big-time school in a few years why kids should follow you? I want you to answer this one question. The issue we have, I think, is a pandemic. I think we have an epidemic going on right now with kids, money, giving kids these car keys to cars that they've never driven in their life. They can't change the brakes, the oil. They don't even know what the hell a Prius does, a little less a damn Hellcat. The DUIs, the reckless driving, and all the issues we've seen over the last few years from Georgia and LSU and all these big programs. Then we got the rugs in the NFL and the horrific issues. What do you do as a head coach to stop or limit the recklessness of what I think the NIL is causing? What do you do with these guys?
I mean, we still have to educate, man. We still have to educate these young men. They are young men. They're 17, 18, 19-year-old young. When I was 17, 18, 19, man, I was doing stupid stuff too, man. I was getting in trouble. I was doing the wrong things. Yep. But us as adults, we have to be the ones that continue to educate. Now, are they going to still make mistakes, JB? Yes. They're still going to get knocked down sometimes, but I love that what Nick Saban said. What do you want us to do? You want us to kick these guys out of our program? We kick them out of our program. Who's going to help them? It's our job as the coaches to help them. It's Coach Smart's job as the head coach of Georgia. When a guy gets in trouble, yeah, he rips his ass. He brings him in his office and he tells him, look, man, this isn't the standard, man. You're not living up to the standard of a Bulldog, not living up to the standard to being here at the University of Georgia. You have an obligation to do things the right way because you represent not only me, you represent your family and you represent this university. But I still think, JB, it comes down to still discipline and education, man. We got to educate these guys on a daily. They're going to make mistakes, but when they do, we discipline them the right way and then get them back in the fold, man. Because if we don't help them, who's going to help them?
No doubt. If not me, then who is what I used to say all the time. Let me ask you though, can you take their keys?
Yeah, you can. I would think that you could. I think that you could. I think that there's, that's got to be a case by case basis, right? But if a kid, is doing 120 and he gets busted, then yeah, dude, listen, we're taking your keys for a couple of weeks, man. We got to get you some education, get you into a driving school, show you the harms of getting into an accident, not only hurting yourself, but hurting somebody else. What happened to Ruggs, man, in Las Vegas, man, is just awful, right? Killed someone, is in jail right now. I mean, just awful. And you heard what Nick Saban said about him. Never got in trouble one time. Was never in trouble at all.
Everybody say he's like actually a great kid, honestly.
Yeah. But made a mistake, right? Drinking and driving and going way too fast in a car that, man, those cars, shoot, bro. I mean, they're high performance machines, man. So, believe me, I think what Kirby's going through over there at Georgia, man, isn't fun. All those arrests and all those illegal driving too fast, accidents. Obviously, they had that big incident with the recruiting thing. And, man, you don't wish on any head coach, but, if anybody can handle it, Coach Smart can handle it.
No doubt. Coach, man, I loved it coming back on. We got Dan Fouts coming in right now, man. I appreciate you joining us. From one legend to another, man. Keep killing it, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, brother.
See you.
Coach Chevarini came back on again. Love
debate. He cooked you too. I love it.
Love good debates. But we got a legend on, man. Bailey, we good or no? Okay, good. We got a legend, man. One of the man, I can't even tell you what I'm about to say, but NFL Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, 4-time NFL passing yards leader, 2-time NFL passing touchdown leader, NFL completion percentage leader, all decades team 1980, San Diego Chargers 50th anniversary team, Chargers Hall of Fame, Chargers retired number 14, and all Pac-8. Before it was the Pac-10, before it became the Pac-12, before it's nothing now. Our main man, the legend himself, Dan Fouts, joins the show.
Well, good to be with you guys.
Mr. Fouts, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, we're doing just fine. Thanks.
Thanks for joining. I miss your voice on TV, man. I miss your voice calling these games, man. I miss your voice.
Well, I appreciate that. I had a pretty good run there with some great partners, and I miss it too. But I also will still be involved with the Chargers again this preseason and get to do a couple of their preseason games. So it's all good.
We got another legend that comes on our show every week, man, who's also retired or also in that 50 Hall of Fame Chargers roster, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ with the Ravens and Rams. So he comes on the show. He said to tell you hello. Love you guys, man. Love the Chargers, old school guys. Let me ask you right out the gate, man. Would you throw for 6,000 yards right now in today's NFL?
Show me the money. We can find out.
I think you can right now. 6,000 damn yards. I don't care what they say, man. As the NFL become, I don't know, is it harder to watch for you? It is for me as a quarterback and an ex-coach and an ex-quarterback. I'm watching it like, we got to lay him down. Troy Aikman actually calls it like it is. We got to lay him down now. It seems like Aikman said take the dresses off him or something. One broadcast, he took some heat for it. Where are we at with the actual change of the game as far as the position goes?
Well, I'm okay with it. I think it's entertainment, and it's very dramatic at times. And there's as Woody Hayes used to say, the old Ohio State coach, 3 things happen when you throw the ball: incomplete, intercepted, or complete. Well, I think the fact that it should be loaded a little bit heavier towards the completions because so many good things happen after. So, people are going to complain about things anyway, and this is still a very popular, if not the most popular game. And I enjoy watching it, and I enjoyed Troy stealing a line from Jack Lambert back in the day by saying you got to put dresses on the quarterbacks. Jack was saying that back when we played, and that was 100 years ago.
Each era is going to think the next era is, it's softer than the one before. It's going to always continue.
Smitty, one question I got before Smitty asks you, Dan, let me ask you something. Charlie Joyner and Kellen Winslow, best combination wideout tight end ever?
Definitely in the top one. I'm going to say that they're the best. Both are Hall of Famers, and both. When you think about Kellen Winslow, he changed the position. He is now what coaches look for in a tight end, somebody that can be versatile enough to go out and play different positions with the speed and the size and the strength and the toughness. And what can you say about Charlie Joyner other than when he retired, he was number one in the most important categories, most catches, most yards, and most years as a wide receiver. So, those two really helped me a lot, obviously, during my career. But I had a lot of help because I had a lot of great players surrounding me.
No doubt.
100%. Let me ask you this. Does San Diego, do they need a team back in San Diego?
Yeah, but they're not going to get one anytime soon, I don't think. The stadium that they built is perfect for the Aztecs and the soccer team down there in San Diego. But as far as the NFL, I don't hear any rumors. I don't, see the Chargers ever going back there, which is a shame because the Chargers really made San Diego a big league city when they moved from Los Angeles back in the early 60s. So I know that a lot of the fans in San Diego still follow the Chargers, which is great, but they also still miss them greatly.
Dan, do you think that the partial, because a buddy of mine runs ZV Sport, who's the film that the NFL and everybody uses for instant replay and everything, and he was telling me that in their last owners meetings, they're trying to, by 2030, and here's what he said. He's like, 2030, they want to get up to 40 football teams in the NFL, and that was on the last table of discussion, and they want to put 4 teams in Europe, 4 teams in the States, 4 new teams in the States, 2 more divisions, and then London and Germany, and then Spain and Mexico City, and then America's going to add Birmingham, Oakland, and St. Louis to the fold. Is that the main reason why you don't think San Diego will get it, expansion in the future, or no?
That's a good question, whether that all fits. I mean, that's really a huge undertaking there to make that happen. But the NFL and their owners are, they're gazillionaires for a reason. They don't make many mistakes.
And that was the reason he said that the NFL, the owners want that money. They want that expansion money, and that's something they can add to. I don't know. It's going to be interesting if that's what ends up happening. It's already global, Smitty, but will they be playing globally? We'll see. We already go over there every year, so.
Right. I feel like they're slowly trying to, tease us and get to that point to kind of see how it will work out. Let me ask you this, Dan. When you look at today's landscape and look at the quarterbacks today, is there anybody that reminds you of your game and your style and just kind of the way that you played it all?
No, I would never do that to anybody to compare myself. I mean, the one thing that I've got that none of these quarterbacks probably will never have, and that's monthly bills. So there's really nobody that I would compare myself to at this point.
That's a one-liner we got to say. We got to put that on a T-shirt. And Dan Fouts should not have any damn bills. Let me tell you.
That's a shame.
Let me ask some. You played for a guy who I tried to cater offense after, and when I became an OC and play caller later on as a coach, I was like, all right, Coach Ariel, Coach Coryell was my guy. How influential was Eric Coryell offense and all that during the time that you threw for 4,000 yards, 3 straight years, and all the things? How much was Don Coryell and how much influence of that offense caught the NFL by storm, and how much did it help Dan Fouts?
Well, it caught the NFL by storm, but it also, if you remember history, I mean, he had the success in St. Louis with the Cardinals, with Jim Hart and the crew back there. And I think that what happened in 1978, they changed the rules a little bit about protecting the quarterback and, the no bump and run after 5 yards. So that opened things up. But we all know that the NFL and most sports leagues are copycat leagues. So when one team is having success, everybody wants to dive into it and see exactly what they're doing. And the key that we had, I think, is that we had superior personnel as far as the offense was concerned, a great offensive line, and outstanding receivers. We talk about Joyner and Winslow. Well, don't forget about Chandler and Jefferson. And then you add in a Chuck Muncie and a James Brooks, a little Train James and a Gary Anderson, and tight ends Eric Sievers and Pete Holohan. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I should have completed every pass I threw.
No doubt. I became really good friends with Chuck Muncie, man. Unfortunately, before he passed, but a great guy. He used to be at Compton College where I grew up all the time back in the day with, legends that actually played at the JUCO level. But got to meet him and know him a long time. Him and Greg Townsend and all these other guys that grew up and went to Compton College and all these other guys that were JUCO guys. We were like, man, what a great dude. Big time back at that time. Nobody realized how big and physical he was. And everyone talks about nowadays. And I'm like, man, you guys got to watch Chuck Muncie run and play. I don't think people realize how different he was at the position. But that's interesting. Let me ask you this. You think a chat member wanted to ask you something I was going to actually get to. You calling games for so long after your career was over playing. What have you seen when it comes to this gambling thing and this, DraftKings and all these things, the money, the huge money that has become sport? We're putting the logos on the NFL, end zones and DraftKings and all this stuff. Do you think it's affecting the games at all? So much betting, and now we're suspending players for betting and all kind of different things are going on. How much does betting kind of change the game?
Well, I'm really interested in what you said about that because, back in the day, we were forbidden to even go to a sports bar. In fact, they didn't even have sports bars back then, to certain bars that were known to have gamblers frequent. And now you have owners that are invested in the different gambling sites. And, I think it's a dangerous situation, but I don't really see it changing the game. I mean, how can a gambler really influence a player to throw a game or to make a difference in a game when the player's already making $20 million a year? So I think that the money that the players make now, they're not going to, risk that. I mean, that's lifetime money there. So, but there is some gray area there, and I think we'll just have to wait and see.
No doubt.
No, 100% here.
Crazy.
I want to go back to a moment in your career. If I'm not mistaken, you played in the coldest game in NFL history. They call it the Freezer Bowl. Can you take us back, to that game, to that moment? And listen, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Played, high school, college ball. I played in some cold games, but the Freezer Bowl. Can you talk about this? How, what those conditions were like, and how that affected you and just the teams in general out there during that game?
Well, it really affected my memory because I don't remember a thing. So thanks for the question. But to be honest with you, it was cold, major shrinkage there. But the thing about the day is that it was so windy, and that old stadium, Riverfront Stadium, was a circular stadium, and it was right on the Ohio River. And the one big tunnel that led out onto the field had a door that they could open, like a draw-up door, when the Bengals had the wind to their back. And when we're going into the wind, it was always a tough thing. Those are my excuses. Kenny Anderson outplayed the Chargers. He outplayed me that day. He was brilliant, and the Bengals deserved to win.
Damn. Let me ask you, there's an ongoing thing. Kenny Anderson, the left-handed slinger, huh? Let me ask you.
No.
Oh, that's
right.
Kenny.
He was a right-handed
You're right.
slinger.
Yep, you're right. I'm thinking of Boomer. Let me ask you something real quick to that point. When we talk about the current game right now, I'm just asking about quarterback because you played it. There's an ongoing discussion that's viral out here about winning quarterbacks got the guys on the conversation of the Mount Rushmore have to win a ring or have had to win a ring. Where are you at with this? Like, you got yourself and Dan Marino and all these greats, and we're sitting there weighing rings versus skill set, in my opinion, and eras. I think you have to discuss the eras. How much credit or weight do you put on this winning a ring thing when it comes to quarterback?
Well, I think it's very important, and I think it's paramount because that's why you play the game, and that's why you're the quarterback to lead your team to victories. You look back on things, and obviously there's no ring here on this finger because I never played in a Super Bowl. Warren Moon and I are in the Hall of Fame, and both of us never played in a championship or a Super Bowl game. He did win a whole bunch up in Canada, which is awesome. But as far as the NFL is concerned, that's only two. So to answer your question, the ring is important. There's no question about it. And I congratulate all those that have got them. All I can say about my team is that we gave it our best.
No doubt. It was a pleasure to watch you guys, man. You and Marino and all the guys that people always want to talk about. Last thing I have, Smitty, before you go, and we'll get you out of here, Dad. I can't thank you enough. Aaron Rodgers is returning for one last hoorah, he says, going to Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, to me, is a top 5 coach. He never fails to make the playoffs, but they haven't won a big game or a playoff game in a while. How much how much expectation do you have out of Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers team this year?
Well, I think he'll make them better. They've had trouble at that position since Roethlisberger. But I don't like the rent-a-cop type of situation where you're just there for a short time. And he's got great talent. His leg gave out on him with the Jets, which was really unfortunate because it looked like the Jets were going to have a good year with him as their quarterback. But that's part of the game. And that's part of the game when you get up in age and the body breaks down.
Is he a top 5 ball spinner all time?
Pardon me?
Is he a top 5 ball spinner of all time to you?
He can throw it. I know that. If that's what you're talking about, just the rare
just
talent to throw the ball. I mean, I broadcast the game with Keith Jackson when he was at Cal playing USC, and I think he completed his 22 in a row to start the game and only missed one pass the whole game. So we were both shocked and amazed and really admired how good he was back then at Cal.
Man, miss hearing you and Keith together, man. That was iconic, man. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here, man. Smitty, you got anything left for Dan?
This is my last question. Dan, will Coach Harbaugh bring the Chargers a Super Bowl victory during his tenure as a head coach?
I think the question is tenure. How long will his tenure be? I definitely has them in the right direction. 11 and was 11-6 last year in his first year, and it's all about groceries now. He's able to get his go to the store and buy his own groceries and play with those guys, and we'll see the Harbaugh stamp each and every game now on that team, and I think they're starting to look very impressive and could be a real dark horse coming up this season.
No doubt. Dan, I can't thank you enough, man. It was an honor and a pleasure. Hopefully we can have you on again maybe during the season. And anything you got going on now? What do you got in the fire now? Anything going on?
I got to check the fireplace, okay?
Love it. Hey, appreciate you, Dan.
See you, boys.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
The legend
himself, man. Can't thank him enough for hopping on, man. Hey, it's all about the you, Smitty.
Come on now.
John Michaels, host of the ESPN Radio 680 The Fan. Kane Gang Show.
Kane Gang. I like that. Kane Gang.
Wish we had him on with Steve Kim.
I know. You better call Steve right now.
We got a Miami U insider, man. Can't thank him enough for joining us. John Michaels joins the show.
Yeah.
Football, man. Oh, to you.
Hey, it's always all about the U where I'm from.
Hey, I hear that, brother. Hey, we got a guy, Steve Kim, who's on our show every Tuesday and Thursday, and he's a big advocate for you guys, man. So,
Steve's my dude. If you have him on again, just tell him, say John Michael said what's up. We party sometimes down in Miami before games, so he's good
nice.
people. I gotta say something. Look, I gotta say something. My co-host in Atlanta, Brian Finneran, said, "Man, I love JB. You're going on JB's show today. Finn's my dude." So he said, "What's up, man?"
Oh man, shout out to Finn, man. He came on a couple years ago, man, and
shout out to Finn.
Great dude. I didn't know that was your co-host, man. That's good. Oh, that's lovely, man. We just had the legendary Dan Fouts on the show, man, and right before you, and we had a current head coach of a D2 program that used to be at Colorado before Prime took the job at Deion Sanders. So loaded show today, man. So I can't thank you enough. Let me ask you something. Right inside the Miami U, the Kane gang, where are we at right now with Mario Cristobal and everybody out there, the naysayers, the supporters, the NIL, everything like that? You guys happy on the where you are headed?
Well, 100%. We went from 5 to 7 to 10. We should have been in the playoffs last year if our defense wasn't dog crap. We would have been a team that was going to be in the playoffs and make some moves. He brings in Carson Beck this year. He's rolling on the recruiting trail. You know, he's rolling in the transfer portal. Mario's got us going in the right direction. Now it's just about not losing the teams that you're supposed to beat. We had no business losing to Georgia Tech last year. I was there. It was my 50th birthday. Ruined my birthday. And Brent Key's my dude at Georgia Tech, but he ruined my birthday. Then up 21-0 against Syracuse. All you got to do is win. You're in the ACC title game. You're there. But he's got players, man, and we open against Notre Dame. And if you know the history of Miami and Notre Dame, the Catholics convicts thing, they don't want no parts of this smoke down in Miami. They're going to walk down there. They're nervous. Their fans are going to be tucked off in a corner with their tail tucked between their legs. Miami's whooping that ass, and we're going to move on. We're going to the playoffs this year. So, yeah, I really like the way Mario's going.
Man, let's do it. That's interesting. All right, you guys got this Carson Beck cat, man. He's apparently he's out here fucking models and all kind of shit. So I don't know what he's doing. Where are you at with this dude? Is he gonna get you to the promised land? I'm not sold, man. You gotta
keep it real now.
You gotta sell me.
Look, I'm going to keep it real. The man's won an SEC championship. He's been to another SEC title game. He was 28-3 as a starter at Georgia. He had a bad 4-game stretch last year. JB, you know what it's about when your quarterback has a little mental issue from time to time. He had that. He struggled. Well, he finished the year with 11 touchdowns and no picks in their last 3 games before he got hurt in the SEC title game. But I think he's going to be fine. Look, he got rid of the situationship that he was in with Hannah Cavender, or she got rid of him one way or the other. And now he can relax and play ball. And what better place to play ball than at the University of Miami? He's going to do his thing down there. He can spin it. He was a kid that would have been #1 had he come out as a junior. He decides to transfer. Look, he's probably going to have to work his way back into being a first-round pick, but I think he'll be just fine.
This is a redemption year for him, to your point, right? He's got to get back where he was his junior year, #1 guy off the board at the position. He's got to have to show everybody this is who he was, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, when you think about it, you're going from being at Georgia, you're going to be the #1 pick. All of a sudden, you're getting all these NIL deals, and then you don't play well. And now you start looking, you're going to be a 3rd, 4th, 5th-round pick somewhere in there, and people decide, hey, the best thing to do is maybe leave the situation in Georgia, head to Miami, try to jumpstart your career. It worked for Cam Ward last year. He went from being a mid-round pick to going #1 overall. We have the #1 offense in the country. So the proof is in the pudding down in Miami that things can be right. Now it's up for Carson to get the thing done.
Now, one thing you mentioned, you said that held you guys back last year was the defense, right? What changes have you seen or heard this offseason so far, even with recruiting or whatever, that's giving you confidence that the defense will be better this year?
Man, it's simple. You fired the defensive coordinator and Lance Guidry. He's out of there. Corey Heatherman was at Minnesota. This is a dude that had a top 10 defense at Minnesota. He didn't have half the athletes he's going to have at Miami. It's much more simplistic. It's taking your down 4 and say, go get the quarterback. No stunts, no twists, nothing. We're sending our 4 and we're going to go get it. They also brought in like 9 guys in the transfer portal. The defensive backfield was an absolute disaster last year. So you'll probably have 3, maybe even 4 brand new starters back there, but they're all proven guys from the portal. Recruiting was always going to be fine. You know, Miami's going to take care of business when it comes to that. But more importantly, it's just a matter of simplify what you're doing. Stop having defensive end ends, drop into coverage, stop having linebackers trying to chase down wide receivers down the field. And I think you use the athlete that you have. So things should be better defensively. I mean, we were statistically in the top 25, but the problem is stats can lie. When the games were on the line, we couldn't get anything done. When it came down to getting stopped, Syracuse rattled off 42 of the last, 42 of the last 57 points in the game. We couldn't stop Georgia Tech ever, and it really wrecked what was a great season.
Nah, no doubt. Let me ask you this: Are you going to get over? Can you get over the proverbial hump in a team that everyone's talking about, loaded up again, and a team that just continues to win 10+ games a year, a couple natties in there? Can you get over this Clemson hump?
We're lucky we don't play Clemson in the regular season, so you don't have to deal with that. The only time we'd see them is in Charlotte, and they're a really good team. Cade Klubnik, obviously coming back at quarterback. They've loaded up. They probably have the two best defensive linemen in college football, Woods and Parker, TJ Parker and Peter Woods. Those dudes can flat out play. Then you start talking about offensive weapon. They got a kid named Bryant Wesco, who was a 5-star recruit 2 years ago. Antonio Williams. They got studs everywhere. They got to see Miami. The last time we played, we beat them down in South Florida a couple of years ago. So maybe they got to get over our hump if we see each other head to head. They wouldn't have beat us last year had we played them. This year might be a different story. We'll see how that all plays out.
Is it natty or bust for the U?
No. Those days are over. Those days were in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. It is playoffs or bust, though. You better make it to the college football playoffs this year. I don't want to hear any excuses about, oh, we lost to this team or lost to that team. The ACC's watered down. You can lose a game or two now during the regular season and still be there. So it's playoffs or bust. Mario, he better make it to the playoffs this year. I got confidence he'll be there.
So just for clarity, if the U makes it to the playoffs and just lose in the first round, that's a successful season for the U.
Yeah, successful. Will I be happy? No. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's got all 5 of the national titles tattooed right here. So no, I will not be happy. I've got the Orange Bowl tattooed right here. I've got Shaun Taylor tattooed right here.
RIP.
Yeah, we don't win championships. I'm never going to be satisfied, but it will be successful if you make it to the playoffs.
I love it. I love this passion, JB.
You better make the playoffs. There's fucking 5 teams in it. I mean, goddamn, we can't water it down more. Can't water it down. I mean, everybody gets the fucking trophy now, so you might as well let everybody in. Might as well have 72 fucking teams in like basketball. Let me ask you something. In your division and your conference, you got a guy that's arguably the GOAT of all GOATs in football. Right. Taking a job. He's got a broad walking around, fucking doing whatever she does. I got good friends on the staff. Trust me, they send these clips to them, and I'm getting heat back from Michael Lombardi and everybody else, man. Good friends of mine. Where you at with Belichick taking the reins there in North Carolina in this conference? And is it something to, from afar, look at and admire? Is it something to worry about? Is it something to what? What's the term here?
Fascinated is probably the best way I could put it. I was the sideline reporter radio-wise for the Falcons when we blew the 28-3 lead. So I was on the field when Bill Belichick broke our heart and took a Super Bowl from us. I'm fascinated to see, does he have what it takes to coach in today's college football? It's different. 25 years ago, you walk in, you say, we're doing it my way, and people would kind of fall into place. Those days are over. Now you got these entitled kids with $1 million contracts. I don't think Bill's there for the entirety of the 4 years of his contract. I think he's there a year or two. If he doesn't have immediate success, he's out. We'll be at ACC Media Day next week. We can't wait till Thursday to see if Bill Belichick does the Radio Row thing. He walks around. Does he have conversations? We don't know any of his damn players. We know everything about him, and we know Jordan Hudson. Those are the storylines for North Carolina this year. More than anything, I'm just fascinated to see, can his football knowledge translate to winning at the college level and win immediately?
Yeah, we shall see, man. I mean, he's always, well, for the most part, he's always won. So it's hard for me to envision him not winning, but he has definitely a challenge here, a different level here, with UNC. As you look at, I guess, just the total landscape of college football going into this season, who you look at as like the top dogs to win it all this year? I know it's early, we haven't seen any games, so we're just projecting. But who are those like teams where you're like, man, these guys, man, based upon what I've heard, just all season, everything, these are the top teams to look out for?
Yeah, reading all the magazines, it's Texas, 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 because Arch Manning's supposed to be the babe, the boy. It's like, do you guys not realize they lost 4 offensive line starters, multiple pieces off the D line, some wide receivers? They're not as deep as they were. And he's got pressure too. it's win a national title or you fail. Because Quinn Ewers took him to the semis the last 2 years. I still think they'll be really good. Sark's an unbelievable play caller. He's going to get the best out of those guys. Obviously, the defending champs. Ohio State kind of in the same boat. Lost players on offensive skills. Quinshon Judkins gone. But you bring back Jeremiah Smith, who's the best player in the country. You bring back Caleb Downs, who might be the second best player in the country. They've got a new quarterback, new defensive line. They should be good. Clemson, we've already talked about, should be really good. Georgia, where I live right now, Kirby reloads every single year. You may not know the players today, but by the time they take snaps in August, September, October, you're going to be like, this is the same old Georgia team. So that being said, it's kind of same old same. It's the same teams we always think about. Maybe somebody sneaks in off the beaten path like a Boise State, Arizona State with Kenny Dillingham should be really good. I think Mario's going to have us right. Notre Dame will be a really good football team. It's the teams you always think about. Those are the ones that are going to be there at the end. Throw in Alabama. I think they're set for a big bounce back year as well.
Okay. I got guys in the betting world betting a lot of money that LSU is a playoff team.
One of my producers is a huge LSU guy, and he keeps telling me Garrett Nussmeier, the Josiah, as they like to call him. I said, slow your roll. Kid was good, but they didn't play a lot of defense either last year. But I think they've had a chance. Look at LSU's schedule. I think they missed Georgia. They do play Alabama. They're going to have a chance to be really good. And again, with 12 teams in, JB, you know what you're getting. There's going to be 12 teams, and any given Saturday, we'll see who picks up.
I'm with you. Fucking LSU's quarterback is the absolute fucking nobody. I'm just telling you right now. People don't want to. They act like he's the son of a play caller's son. I don't give a fuck. I know Nussmeier well, and he's not that good. Let me ask you something real quick. We do a game. We gotta play it with you, man, because you're a real one and a high energy guy. Hell yeah or hell nah. So I'm gonna ask straight out the gate. Hell yeah or hell nah. Nick Saban will coach again.
Oh, hell, he's so done and so retired and enjoying TV and doing nothing else. Nick is chilling for the rest of his life.
I got a little birdie in my ear telling me he will coach again from a very insightful source. I'll tell you personally. I'll tell you personally off for air, but I'm hearing he's going to coach again. But Smitty, go ahead. Hell yeah, hell no, Smitty.
Hell no. I'm with you. He's chilling. He has nothing left to prove, in my opinion. He's already in that GOAT conversation. If he's not the GOAT, hell no.
Before I ask you the next question, depending on how good Bill Belichick does will dictate if Nick Saban comes back. Mark my words.
All right. I like that.
Hell yeah, hell no. The ACC will have 3 teams in the college football playoff.
I'm going to go hell yeah, because it's going to be Clemson, it's going to be Miami, and it's going to be Louisville this year. Louisville under Jeff Brom brings in a transfer quarterback in Miller Moss. They score on everybody. Can they be just halfway decent on defense? I think they're this year's SMU. They slide in as a 3rd team.
SMU done?
Yeah, they're not making it this year. Kevin Jennings, good quarterback, but they lost a lot. The sleeper to watch is my dude Brent Key at Georgia Tech. The problem is they're going to have to beat Clemson to get there. I'm not sure if they can do that.
I like their QB too, and I played for Jeff Brom in the Arena League, so a great dude, by the way. So shout out. All right, hell yeah, hell no, Smitty. Bill Belichick will win 8 or more games this year.
Hold on, we talked about this, and I did a full breakdown. I'm going to say hell yeah. You look at their schedule, I think there's 8 wins on there. So I'm going to say hell yeah. I think it's right at 8, though. I think it's like 8-4 is going to be their exact record.
John, hell yeah, hell nah.
I'm going hell yeah. You don't forget football like Bill Belichick. And to Smitty's point, it is the schedule. They miss Miami. I think they miss Clemson. Not sure if they play Louisville. Like, they miss all the big dogs in the ACC. They're out of conferences like TCU and a bunch of directional schools. So I think he gets to 8.
Syracuse on the rise. They got them. North Carolina State. We always think they're going to be good, and then they fucking shit the bed. So we don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Hell yeah, hell nah. Off the wall question. LeBron will be a Laker this year.
Oh, I'm going to say hell yeah, because he ain't leaving his son. He don't want to leave Bronny behind anywhere. So
he's taking him to the Clippers, I heard.
That's what, if they leave, it's a package deal, but I'm going to say hell yeah. The smoke, there's too much to try to get rid of a $50+ million guy. Bron stays for 1 more year, and then he's done.
Hell yeah. He's a Laker. It's just storylines right now. It's the offseason. There's nothing to talk about. They're just talking about whatever. Of course, teams are going to reach out and just call and see what's going on, but he'll be a Laker.
Hell yeah, hell no. Last thing I got for you. The U will get a bye this college football playoff.
Look, I wouldn't be a homer if I didn't say hell yeah. So hell yeah, that means we win the ACC. We're a top 4 seed and we rolling. They got to come, and I'm just hoping a playoff game is somewhere close so I can get my butt there and watch it. Last year we would have played here in Atlanta. I already had tickets for the Peach Bowl and tickets for the ACC title game, and we went to bed. So let's get it right this year. Mario, if you're listening, hell yeah, we got a top 4 seed. We get a bye, and we're going to the playoffs.
I'm saying hell no. I think Clips are gonna win, unfortunately, and I think they'll get the bye. But I think the U's will have a really good year though. Really good U. I'm not anti-U. I work a lot with Michael Irvin at Fox. That's my guy. So I support the U.
Hey John, hell yeah, hell nah. Fucking Uncle Luke is the worst fucking Miami fan out there.
I'm going to say hell nah, only because I know a lot of people that are worse than Uncle Luke. I know Luke pretty well. He's a character, obviously, with everything he's done. He's not the worst, though. There's dudes that are worse than him. You just got to follow Miami Twitter, and you'll see some absolute maniacs.
I knew I was going to put you in a bad spot. That's why I had to fuck with you. I had to fuck with you on that one.
Look, and if you follow me on game day, you'll see a maniac. Let us mess up on a 3rd and 5, and I'm dog cussing everybody.
Hey, John, man, I can't thank you enough, brother, coming on. Hopefully we get you on again, man, during the season. And you and Steve Kim, we got to get you on together, man.
Oh, 100%. Craig is my guy. I've gone back with Craig Larson for a long time. So anytime,
nice.
I'm usually free after 10 a.m. Eastern time. So anytime you guys want to hit me up, I'll become a regular if you want.
Oh, hell yeah. We got to do it, man. Appreciate you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother.
Peace out.
John
man.
Michaels, man. Clap up for John, man. Legend, radio legend, man. Miami legend. Big time cat right there. Tatted up, cussing people out. Our type of guy.
All day. We got to have him on during the season. Everybody's on during the season.
Yeah, everybody.
Just have anybody.
King coming back. Matt gonna come back. We're gonna get Nadu back. We're gonna have John Michaels. We're gonna have Coach Chev on there. We're gonna have
who? Huh? We're gonna have a lot of cats, man. This is
we're gonna have everybody.
Football season is gonna be real
crazy,
man. Man, let's dive into a few things before the show ends. I know there's a couple things that happened over the weekend. First of all, a running back hit the news for another unfortunate domestic violence incident, man.
Y'all love sad topics on this show, man. You and Bailey, y'all just negative Nancy's. Go ahead and read it, man.
I thought it was T-Rich, but I was like, man, this ain't T-Rich. So
that's hella racist. Damn, T-Rich call in. That's cold-blooded. JB, that's cold. This looks nothing like Trent Richardson, homie.
That baby T-Rich, homie.
Go pull up a young picture of him from Bama right now.
Look, baby T-Rich, homie.
Look like T-Rich right there. Stop saying that.
Baby T-Rich, homie.
Stop saying that. Find a picture right now side by side.
So what you're saying is
you racist, homie, a little bit.
Because so I could say that's Shaun King, that's Baby Smitty. That would be racist. Any brother, any brother would be racist. That is T-Rich, homie.
No, you act like the typical regular white dude. You're not being JB right now. He's black. He has dreads, so now he's Trent.
You're not dreads. It rolls.
He got them tied up. Them dreads, homie.
Cornrows, homie.
Dreads. He got them tied up. Going to the back.
You don't even know what he got. Break it down, Smitty. You know what's going on. I actually
don't know what's going on. Go ahead and read it.
I was with my mom all weekend. I didn't see it.
I was moving around. I had a lot of shit going on.
I only search for positive shit. And when it's negative, I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to show this young brother doing negative shit.
Jason,
what, homie? Huh?
You love negativity. You love putting the brother down, too, on top of that.
So I'm racist.
And we got a sound for this, too. Make the sound go. Fuck it. Never mind. But listen, homie, I don't know what he did. Let me read real quick. Go back.
Shit. T-Rich a little darker. That's it, homie. That's really it. A little darker. A little darker. That's it, homie.
And then go back. One more time.
You even know it is. Tell me stop. Keep it real. Just say it.
They kind of favor a little bit, homie.
I told you, homie. I don't miss on faces, homie. Every single person I've ever said on the show, I said it right, homie.
Damn, T-Rich. I tried to save you, but it might be your little nephew in them. Damn. You ever when they got your eyes checked and they be like 1 or 2, 5 or 6, and you just keep going back and forth? That's why I fuck with Bailey. I say, all right, go back.
Unbelievable. Unfortunate that this cat did what he did. They tried to say they were making memes online all weekend talking about, he learned. He went to the fucking Ray Rice School of Training and all kind of shit. They were showing the Ray Rice elevator video and from years ago and all that shit. Apparently he hit a woman, hit a girl, his girl or whatever.
We over here laughing about T-Ray. This dude done beat up a woman. Well, if that's the truth, you know how I feel about any man who put his hands on a woman. I've said it before. If it's true, any man who put his hands on a woman is a bitch. And that's where I stand on. So I gotta be consistent. So that's what it. If it's true, then I gotta stand on that.
I like hearing that word from you. Say it again.
Any man who puts his hands on a woman is a bitch. So I don't really know what else to say. Because you just leave the house. She hit me. Okay, leave the house, homie. You're a grown-ass man. You can't take a hit from a woman. Get out the house.
Micro, macro, homies. You're not realizing what's happening. I don't think a lot of people in the chat realizing what's happening.
Again, if it's true, because I don't know if it's true or not. But go ahead.
I don't think people are realizing what's happening.
What's happening right now?
In front of their very eyes. I don't think people grasp the concept.
I know what you're saying.
What?
Big Smitty is slowly turning a new page and getting closer to be like me. It took a long time. It took 3 years, but we're finally starting to churn the butter, and he's almost JV. Oh, my God. I'm so proud.
I was actually going to say close, but I'm actually going with Smitty's coming on over to the dark side. That's all I was saying. Not really that you're never going to be me or agree with me. That's what makes you you. I don't know about the quarter on your head. I guess I put it insert for a phone call, but wish I could get internet with the quarter. But I got to ask you.
What?
You're coming over to the dark side, homie?
I'm black. I'm already on the dark side.
That's racist, by the way.
I can say it because I'm me.
Nah, see, that don't mean nothing. I can say it then.
Like, for example, you can't. Like, you talk about white moms. I'd never comment if you notice. I never comment about white moms. I can't do that. It's not my area. But you can do that. Because your mom is white.
I pillowed a white mom the other day to get my mom her own room.
One dude, that recruit's daddy was really mad at you, though, about the white mom thing. Like, and all the shit that we said, the white mom was like the one thing he really went into depth about. I wish we got to play that commercial again.
You know the irony of that?
What was the irony, homie?
Amon St. Brown did a video with his pops.
And his dad, and they were talking about breeding kids, and his dad was like, you can't really be with no white mama like that.
How's the brother mad about my white girl take when he already had a white girl and got her pregnant, had a baby, and now don't like white girls? Make it make sense, homie. Let's show the video, homie.
Question that they ask you most about how you got 3 kids to go D1 and 2 in the NFL.
They want to know, in general, how I did it. I believe in breeding. Look at you. Good athlete. I'm black, mom's white. Now, I don't step on it once. You can't keep stepping on it because you're going to mess it up. You're going to weaken it.
You can't keep cutting it?
Can't keep cutting it. No, you in Brooklyn, because Brooklyn's half.
If I
you
cut
got
it,
a chance.
If I cut it one more time, it's over?
You can't keep cutting it. You got to be careful. You can't keep cutting it. You got to think about that. You know what I mean? No.
I like how he's dead ass.
If I'm black, I got the black gold running through my veins. Oh, I'm excited. I'm just going to find the right person to mate with. Right? And if I'm white, I'm saying, let me get one of these brothers around here. If you want to have athletes. If you don't want to have athletes, then just go ahead and just spread your seed wherever.
So why'd you cut it once with us? Because he could.
I know I can cut it once.
Because he's gold.
I got that black gold in me. And Mama got that big chin and big toes. I said, look, ain't nothing wrong with big toe woman.
Big chin. Who says a big chin?
You got to think of this stuff. Some guys don't think of it until later. They go, like I'm standing at Pop Warner. You would know you're on the field. Man. One of you guys on the field playing. And I was talking to a guy, told him this story. He goes, you think about that, John? I go, yeah, you weren't? He goes, hell no. Okay, man, he's little. The wife is little. Kids are little. Everybody's little.
It's over?
Little.
Everybody little.
Chicken little.
By the way, I've known him for a long time. He has a bodybuilding spot out here. Obviously, Compton brother. Known him a long time. Great dude, by the way.
Great father. Had his kids working hard at a young age.
He actually just a straight old school, like
He's funny
straight,
though.
Yeah, he's funny as hell. I got it. I laughed at it from it. But again,
a lot of people said they disagree with this take completely. But I'm
fuck
like,
white moms again. See, fuck white moms, homie. Back to that.
So you agree with him then?
Huh?
You agree with him then? Like you agreed with his take that like you can't cut it too many times. Like it's risky. You gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I got my daughter mixed, so like.
So you did the opposite though. You was trying to like, you know what I mean? You trying to get on the train.
Yeah, I like thick red bones. So that's what my thing was at the time. But
you wouldn't think about the kids, none of that.
Fuck kids. I hate them motherfuckers. I fucking hate kids. Non-negotiables, Smitty, to end the show. Non-negotiables.
Let's do it.
I'll throw you one, you throw me one.
You mean like with a girl? Like with a woman?
Whatever. Can't seriously date you if you have kids. That's mine. Go.
Okay. I can't respect you and your hygiene if you don't take care of your hands and your feet. Go.
I can't fuck you if you own a cat. Go.
If you can't cook, you don't fuck with me. Go.
If your pussy stank day 1, you don't get day 2. Go.
If you ain't got a little bit of a belly, I can't fuck with you. Go.
If you have no ass at all, you're not for me. Go.
If you white, you ain't right. Go.
If you're not white, I can't write. Go.
If you don't use hot sauce on everything, you're nothing. Go.
If you use barbecue sauce on JB's barbecue, you don't get an invite back. Go.
If you don't rub my feet tonight, there won't be a night. Go.
If you put a fucking flower in your ear and paint your nails, you'll never be my starting quarterback. Go.
If you're not a fan of Lamar Jackson and don't believe he'll win a Super Bowl, you're not my friend at all. Go.
If you don't have Matthew Stafford in your top 5 quarterback list, you're what we call a casual. Go.
If you got Troy Aikman ranked ahead of Peyton Manning in your all-time quarterback list, you don't know football. Go.
If you don't eat the ass, you'll never be taken serious by JB. Go.
If you're a man and you allow your ass to be eaten, I question if you're a man. Go.
If you lick ass as a man, you might be gay. Go.
If you allow a woman to put her tongue and her fingers in your ass, you might be hey, may, they, nay. Go.
If you think white moms are seriously legitimate, you got me fucked up. Fuck white moms. Go.
If you think the Pacers would have lost that finals if Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles, I can't fuck with you and you don't know basketball and you stupid. Go.
If you watch the WNBA, you're gay. Go.
If you think Sam Darnold is the top 10 ball spinner in the game today, you don't know quarterback play. Go.
People are saying, make this a new segment. Just call it Go.
I could have went 5 more minutes. You stopped. I won.
Bailey, make a graphic right now. Like everything right now. A full graphic video interaction.
I could have kept going. Oh,
I can do it for 3 hours.
I can do the whole show that way.
Yeah, but we got other things to talk about real quick as we wrap up the
that
show.
Might be a thing to blow us up. If we did 3 hours of just go, that might like be the thing. Like that might be the shit to like take to a new level.
What is on a new level is Busta Rhymes trolling this fat fucking little boy.
That's his artist.
And I want you to watch him. So time out for context. This little fat motherfucker, that's his voice?
This brother with the hat on, yeah, this is his voice.
No, this little fat little boy, that's his voice?
Yeah, this dark-skinned brother with the hat and the necklace and the shirt, this is his voice, yes.
Is that Exit the Plug or whatever his name is?
Not Big X the Plug. No, it ain't.
That's not Deion's dude.
That's not Big X the Plug, which is not Deion's dude, but he did perform for Colorado a couple times. He's one of the hardest rappers out right now. I'm a fan of Big X the Plug. It's not Big X.
Who this guy is?
No, Big X. I don't know who this cat is.
Oh, okay. Is Busta Rhymes got his hair painted on? Yes or no? Go.
No, it just greased up and shiny. He got oil sheen all over it. Vaseline.
That's Dax Murray's what?
No, this is Vaseline, the oil sheen. He got the Vaseline, put a little like water with it, did this together, and then just kind of pushed his hair down real good and oil sheen over it.
Let me hear what he's saying.
It's real shit.
Let me hear what this guy's saying again. Can we play it real quick or no?
Real shit.
My bad, baby. Smitty, can you tell me what he's saying? Go ahead. I know you're bobbing your head like you literally heard everything he says. I don't understand one thing he says because it's basically computer love over it, which is not a talent at all. We saw T-Pain blow up because of that. So give me
T-Pain can actually sing, though, homie. Stop.
I know. We know what his famous songs are from, though.
It don't matter. It's called auto-tune, yes, but it's a tool to use. So it's okay.
Go ahead. Recite that rap. Go ahead.
In summation, what he's saying is this, homie. He said, I'm going to make it. A lot of y'all didn't believe it. Y'all didn't know my story, or y'all did know my story, and y'all thought I was going to be this and the third. But regardless, man, I'm going to make it. That's why he's so passionate behind it. That's why his eyes are closed.
Time to fuck out, homie. Was that your fucking alarm?
No.
Was that your smoke alarm?
No, I heard it again. It's not me. It's your house.
It's not I don't have a smoke alarm in here.
It's not.
And I'm white.
Right?
And I'm white.
Listen. That's your crib, homie.
That's not my crib,
homie. I'm about to mute. Hold on. I'm about to mute right now. Watch. Hold on.
Mute me. Go. That's not me. I'm muted too, homie.
That's Bailey.
Fucking BPS, homie.
Fucking Bailey, homie. Bailey's the one that
have a fucking homie. Fuck. I've been caught. I said, no, never. Bailey will never have a fucking alarm clock going on over there. You know what I'm saying? He right winged and shit.
It ain't the alarm clock. It's the fucking fire. It's the fire thing. He's a brother.
I know. It's BPS, homie.
It's BPS. Was a brother.
It's BPS.
All that shit he talking.
Fuck, man.
I knew Baby was a brother. All that far right, that's for clicks and likes, like Matt said. This is a brother right here. He got the little popcorn thing on the ceiling. I can see it ceiling. He got the fire thing going on.
Y'all know what's going on.
It's a real brother. I'm so proud of Bailey. Like, you just went up on my list. Like now we can talk. Now
it took that chirp.
Yeah, because Bailey had me Bailey for a while. I'm like, who is this cat? Like,
how is Bailey's sound coming through the show though?
I don't know. I think his shit was like added to stage maybe, but it was like not his camera wasn't on. He probably did. I still hear it though. I'm about to show up. And Smitty. You racist though, JB, for assuming it was me though.
I know. Smitty.
As long as you know.
The joke's on you and the chat, though. That's a new sound effect that Bailey put in.
Wow.
For BPS.
Wow. Put the little orange
Clap it up for Bailey. That's a new sound effect. Chap it up. Bailey, you got Smitty. You got all the chat. Everybody, shout out. And that is BPS to the fullest. And guess what? We got BPS. Let's show it. We don't. I don't know.
Jimmy, break that down. What just happened?
She said, take my clothes off.
Right.
He was under the sheets. He didn't want to be seen. She said, take my clothes off right now. He said, fine. Walked away.
Hold on. Did he have our clothes on for real? Because my shit is skippy and jumpy. Did he have our clothes on, homie? Oh, my God. I just saw the dress.
Homie, these cats are all fucking gay, homie. I don't understand why you don't get it.
Look, all I'm saying is you can't put this in the same breath as Shane Gillis. That don't make sense.
It is, homie.
That's the problem. So that's our underlying issue. All right, yeah, I can't even like
this is the BPS of Shane Gillis, homie.
No, you're putting this type of stuff in the same boat as a guy who's doing stand-up and podcasts and like real shit. And I don't understand it. I know he dissed you, so you're biased and you don't like him, but you can be real. Like he's not the same conversation as this guy or these type of content. Two things can be true, homie. I told you that from the beginning.
Anyway, man, it's been a great show.
Homie.
We got a lot going on. Kyler Murray's in the news, and I wanted to talk about it since we're not going to be able to get to it tomorrow. We're loaded lineups all week. He says he goes by he's Asian.
I don't know if this is real or not.
So he's Asian. It's a 1,000% real. He now is going to and when he runs around in the pocket, he is now doesn't want to be called the mental midget by JB. So he wants to be called Lil Otani boy. So throwing that out there, we'll be watching him this offseason, Smitty, because you have him so fucking high on your list for some reason. It still continues to blow my mind. So we'll watch him and now call him
top 15 quarterback in the game today
and refer to him as Asian. It's the real Coach JB for Smitty and Bailey. This has been a loaded show today. I can't believe how loaded it was. And we'll be back tomorrow for Talk That Talk Tuesday. Steve Kim joins us, and we'll talk a little college football, a little boxing, because a lot went down over the weekend, apparently.
I watched it.
And
pay for it.
And the women's, I heard the women's fight that I said I refused to watch was the worst fight they've ever seen. So
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was out to eat with Keyshawn and the Fox crew, so I missed it, but I saw the results. My homegirl won. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner.
I heard it was a horrible fight. I heard it was a
Alicia Baumgartner, the champion.
I heard it was so bad. I heard no dude in their right mind would take her home with her with a fucked up feet.
Alicia Baumgartner got that win. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner, the champ for the Midwest.
WNBA female fighters. You had to pick one or just get eliminated. Go.
Well, I'm going to WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indy this weekend. I got a red eye Wednesday night, land in Indy Thursday morning. I'm throwing a big-time event. It's a free event for everybody in the community in Indianapolis from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Friday, July 18th at Arsenal Tech High School. Family friendly. Please come up. We're going to have some former women's college hoopers, some women's basketball influencers. We're doing a three-point shootout called the Run the Rack Challenge with Red Bull. Shout out to Red Bull. We got some amazing sponsorships. We got Land Jets, a couple of big-time sponsors who out there supporting us. We're going to do a game as well. It might be a 1v1. It might be a 3v3. We're still got a few more names that's getting added to the bucket. So we'll kind of, make a game time decision on that. But fun times. Going to be music. It's going to be DJ, food. Come out, support. Friday, July 18th, Arsenal Tech, free event for everybody in the community.
Shout out to Smitty doing his thing on and off the Coach JB show, off with Smitty, off the Fox, he does all kinds of shit.
I'm a bad boy.
Yeah, I think it's very gay, but hey, it is what it is, man. You do your things. Great job.
And shout out to the Fever, man. Fever got that big time win yesterday. It was the first time we saw this matchup last night. The rookie who's been balling, slipping my name right now. And then Caitlin Clark had another amazing double.
Wait, what slipped your name?
I'm having a brain fart. Shorty from UConn.
What slipped your brain?
Her name from Paige Beckers. I had a brain fart. Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, first matchup against each other since they've been in the league. Indiana Fever put belt to ass, and
I don't know why you do.
Had a double.
I'm calling bullshit, homie. Like I really think you're just doing this for like content. Like I think you're doing it for content.
Man, you can think whatever, homie, but
like because you don't even know the players. Like, there's no way you're invested in a league that you don't even know the players.
I know Paige Becker. You know Paige Becker's why? Because she played for UConn under somebody who you look at as one of the greatest coaches, another great coach of all time, a guy who you would go look up to, and you said you want to sit down with to learn how to coach. So you should know Paige Becker's, homie. You know Paige Becker's.
That doesn't mean I watch the sport.
You know her though. I'm saying we know. I had a brain.
I know the result of Gino Auriemma. I don't watch fucking women's basketball. So you don't even know the broad's name. Here's the issue.
Stop, homie.
Let's get real. Would you not know fucking Luca's name? Stop, homie. Stop trying to force
play name all the time. What are you talking about? We forget names on this show. Oh, we did it today.
Hold on, homie.
We did it today.
Do you know that that's the broad I think they're using in the betting world? Because what's happening now as we end the show, we're going to do what's happening now. Take a look at this video about this dude about betting WNBA games. This is real fact. Check it out.
WNBA is cracking down on tracking players' periods for profit, and I have living proof right here. Right here, this is Fever player Lexi Hull, and literally 2 days ago, she posted this video about having her period.
I just got my period.
Now, I immediately noted this, sent it to the GC, telling the boys to hammer the under. Boom, I go to pull up prize picks. The only options are demons, which are less likely to happen. And this is just the points line, but all of them are like this, unless you pick the fucking goblin. But there was no flat line. It was either demon or goblin. And fast forward, Lexi Hull has 7 points in this game, which wasn't even an option to bet. Couldn't make it more blatantly obvious. You really think a player like Lexi Hull is getting a lot of props on her? Fuck no. But it just so happens when she's on her period, they start fucking with the lines. Vegas, I see right through you.
Homie, did you hear on your period? Like, this guy's retarded. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna defend the situation. The good old boy is a retard. Talking, number one. Number two, the demon, the goblin, like a fucking retarded. He was just absolutely retarded. Number one. Number two, though, I've actually had real bettors tell me that this is a real thing, Smitty. Factor cap, go.
JB, you are sexist. Go.
You asked me, you told me, you made a statement.
JB don't like women playing sports. Go. JB wants his woman in the kitchen cooking barefoot and pregnant. Go. But he don't like kids.
That's
go.
Factor cap, homie. That's not really go. We got a new game that we created today called Go on the Realest Show. We don't meet at all. Smitty's computer didn't work. He came 5 minutes late to work. And so we don't even get to meet. And the bottom line is we create segments as we go. And tell me that that's not the Realest Show on planet Earth. So guess what? We created shit without a script, without anything. And we just ran through it and made the newest, best segment on anyone's show.
Now everybody gonna take it now. Watch.
And watch how many people do Go now. Fuck. They need trademark. Can you get trademark?
Trademark JB Go. Call it JB Go. It's like Pokemon Go, but JB Go.
Were you looking from the back today though? Anyway, all right. Well, I got somebody working on trademarks.
I love seeing what we saw yesterday. Let's keep that thing flowing. Let's keep things going the right way, and we'll just keep this show going.
Seeing what?
No, just everything last night and just in preparation for the show. We saw a lot of good things to help get us mentally right. You know, we hit the face. We made sure everything was properly and everything was there. So let's make sure we keep the rundown going the right way, and we'll have a good show.
What did you see last night? I'm confused. I don't know.
Give me a brother. I was give him a head. He had an ass cheese. I was just he's this bitch video of me, man. So anyway,
try new jacuzzi. Huh?
She was drinking the water. Like, she drinking water. She was getting head. I used nut in her mouth and shit like that.
I got new jacuzzi. I had to show a little bitch. But anyway,
keep my face out. Keep my face out. But we saw everything, man. It's like contrary to belief. Now that's contrary to belief.
Did you see the cup of the hand though?
Yeah. You had the bull, man.
Heavy. That was heavy.
Yeah, real too, natural.
Everything. I don't fuck with the fake shit.
You know, dark brown, nice areola. Everything was just cool.
He's white, by the way.
You just chilling too. Not fully white, Hispanic a little bit.
And she got a couple things in there, but
yeah, mutt. She a mutt.
She had a big thing in there. But anyway, we got a lot going on. We'll see you tomorrow for Talk That Talk Tuesday.
Small white thing in her.
For Smitty and Bailey, for the BPS smoke alarm that got everybody, including Smitty, in the chat. Love that, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This the real JB. You better find the skin real quick.